Greetings and welcome to Penny for a Tale. It is Sunday night. We have all survived the plague so far. We hope everyone else is safe as well. But, you know, since we're all here anyway, let's get some gaming on. Alex, why don't you introduce yourself so people know who you are?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I am Alex. I am back at Penny for a Tale, playing our Pathfinder game, Age of Ashes. I am excited to be here. I'll also be here tomorrow night for our cult game. And then next week, another P4T and my Star Wars game. So, yeah.
Mr. Smith.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. I am eager to play Age of Ashes tonight. Thank you, Penny for a Tale, for letting me jump on.
Anytime. Spence.
Hi, I live here. I am Spence. And let's see here. I do all the things. If you want to know about my fibermancy, this is my fibermancy. I'm currently working on some soundproofing. So if you're following along and wondering what the hell I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. Very excited for tonight's game because I found something really cool. And if you like what we're doing, please make sure to hit that subscribe button that's above my head. If you
smash that subscribe button.
Yes.
Just smash that subscribe
and I mean,
button.
you know,
Destroy that follow button.
Ian's
Turn the
motions
bell
as a
on.
GIF.
Sorry.
yeah. And you know, there's so if I look up this way, it's because that's where the chat is, and you can put things in the chat, and we will see it. Well,
Yes, these are some of the emojis you can get by subbing.
Oh yes, we have emojis, and they're great. So do the thing and the stuff. And by the way, Alex is not a storyteller. Alex is the director.
I am the director.
Isn't
I
that
can
like a storyteller?
I don't want to.
Not for this game.
Not for this.
You're running Star Wars, and Ian runs Pathfinder, and you guys somehow make this game work.
All of a sudden, we all have lightsabers.
I was gonna say congrats. We all have lightsabers.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, my character just needs to get some armor. And
No,
maybe
there's
something other
drunk
than a
boffins.
Lightsabers, this game got way different.
pen. All right, Ian. So after Spence's suspenseful introduction,
The Spence is killing me.
Good.
and to suspension.
Mitchell's killing me.
He kills all of us.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
Post
kill
your
everybody.
puns if you want to continue on this track.
No.
Yes.
In
Only
any
puns.
case, without further gilding the lily, let me introduce Ian, the GM.
We're always gilding lilies. Hi, I'm Ian. I'm the GM for this game. Also, you can catch me every other Monday, including tomorrow is Monday for Cult, which is super fun and I love it, and I'm in it as a player. But
I'm in it
I
for
want to give
payback.
a thanks to Smiteworks. They made Fantasy Grounds, which is what we use this week and every week for Pathfinder, but you can use it for pretty much any tabletop, like virtual tabletop RPG, like Starfinder, Pathfinder First and Second Edition, Dungeons and Dragons. I think every edition of Dungeons and Dragons. Got like Call of Cthulhu, Savage Worlds, a bunch of other stuff. Also, shout out to the Only Sheet. If you want to check them out, we've been using them. They make it buttery smooth to make a character and maintain a character, especially with things like inventory, because they can get really cumbersome because it's a lot of numbers when you're working with stuff like bulk. Just check them out. It's Excel based. It's not very expensive. It's super nice for making a character, especially if you don't use a virtual tabletop. Also, thanks to Michael Gelfi on YouTube. He gives us the music that we're using, or the ambience, I should say. So go ahead and check him out if you like what you hear. But I'm going to take you back into the setting. So, Moth, Rune, and Modica. You might remember where we left off. It was a night about as cold as any this past winter, even though we're kind of coming up on spring now here in Isgur. And as the sun comes up, a few of you have some interesting things to tackle. Modica, I want to start with you, actually. So you found something. When you found this thing, what did you do with it?
I oohed and awed and then went to the kitchens to see if there was like any kind of milk or anything that could be done.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a good plan,
Yeah.
especially if you did it on the night of.
Mhm.
But make a stealth check, and Moth, make a perception check.
Oh, well, I'm good at that, so.
All right, Modica,
Oh.
make. Ooh. Well, you've woken the moth
Yeah.
from probably like a disturbing bat hang of a slumber. Maybe you forgot he was hanging out and literally chilling in the kitchen. You can see the icicles forming on his body because this room isn't heated. Maybe describe to Moth what he might see. Actually, I mean, maybe you're holding this thing.
So I have a small bundle held up against my chest, but I'm a halfling, so it's like this.
Massive, and this burlap is.
It's about the size. It's about the size of my torso. It's kind of moving a little bit, and there's probably a couple of whines coming from it, and I just go, "Shh, it's okay," and look for what I need.
Moth
Baby
looks.
T-Rex.
You see like the little green fires in his skull head holes light up. What are you doing in my chamber?
Okay. Hi. I am looking for some milk or something.
What is that?
It is it is a liquid that swarm-blooded creatures tend to drink.
Arms. What is it?
It's not blood. Milk is different. It's something that a mother uses to feed the young.
Mother,
Yes.
I recall sucking blood dripping upon my lips, moisturizing.
It's similar to blood, except it's more nutritious for us warm bodies.
I'll flop down and start walking towards Modica. And this thing in your hand, what is it?
Something that was found and given to me.
Who gave it to you and what is it?
The goblins gave it to me.
They gave you something and what is it?
Fine. And I lift open the top of the burlap sack. Don't look too long because it's cold in here. And you see a small litter of warg puppies. How many were there?
No more than 3.
Okay, so 3 warg puppies.
As you mentioned that, the door on the other side of the kitchen swings open.
Mm-hmm. Close.
That ominous, gut-churning, loud creak. It's Rune and Alak Stagram, if you remember him.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on the other side.
Rune, hello.
Hello. Everything all right?
We're fine. We're just talking about milk.
And looking for some.
Oh, all right. Any luck?
Well, I don't know. I've been interrogated by Moth.
I cannot produce any.
I wasn't asking you to produce any. I was just looking around for it.
Do you need help?
Rune, you can make a perception check.
Rune, if you would like to help, I would be grateful.
All right. My pleasure.
Well, you did better than me.
Definitely see she's carrying something
Yeah.
probably almost half her weight.
Yeah, probably.
So your question is it moving?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Oh, okay.
It's squirming, and there's a couple of little whines coming from it.
Modica,
Yes, Rune.
are you trying to feed something?
Yes, I am.
May I ask what you found?
Technically, I did not find it. The goblins found it and gave it to me. But they're Warg puppies.
They're warg puppies?
Yes. Please don't
Oh.
ask me to give them up. They're adorable, and I want to raise them.
I don't. Well, first of all, even if I told you to give them up, I'm not sure why you would listen to me.
I don't know. You seem like the only person who actually gets me and doesn't think that I'm a terrible human. Well, halfling.
Halfling?
Yeah.
I think you're a questionable halfling, but most halflings are questionable. I can live with that.
Yeah.
All right. So, milk. Do they drink milk?
Well, they're very small, so I'm assuming they won't eat dragon meat yet.
That's a fair point. I guess the question still stands. Is it milk they want? Or is it like...
Do they have... So I will look at the little feisty one, the bitey one. Does he have teeth yet?
Teeth aren't in. They're very young.
Yeah. They well, I would assume they're like any other canine type creature that would drink milk before they get their teeth in.
That's a fair point. All right, then. Let's see what we can find. And Rune will help look for milk.
Yes. We look for the milk.
Give us the milk, Ian. Don't hold back on the milk. We need
Indiana
it.
Jones and the search for the lost milk.
Well, there's another kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of more of a pantry. If you go down further into the citadel, or sort of towards where the goblins made a camp, you'll notice there's another small kitchen, one that Rune stumbled upon, and if you guys all
Oh yeah, I remember that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rune will just exit over to that way.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it looks like there's no milk. Nothing here. There's hardly anything edible anyway.
Would I know anything that I could mix with water, like grind into a paste, that would be kind of nutritious with a survival skill?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a survival skill from within that kitchen.
Oh no! I rolled a 2, so that's a total of 7.
Well, you've made a mistake, and you tried to break open. It looked like a piece of frozen, sort of looked like freeze-dried fruit, and when you broke it open, you realized that it was an imported sea urchin of sorts. Sort of like it's inverted though, and when you cracked it open, instead of a milky oil that would come out that you could dilute, just spikes. So you're going to take an integer of damage I have to generate for you. You're taking 2 points of damage, but you'll notice something a little bit weird here. As the blood draws and it runs down your hand, you can hear these pups. They finally stop whining and they go silent.
I knew it. They drink blood.
As the aggressive one pokes his little head out, the first sniff he gets, you can see it in his eyes. He knows blood. He's known what blood is before he was born. And the second he's got a good whiff of it, those teeth pop out.
But wait, I thought they didn't have teeth.
Oh, apparently they do.
Oh, okay. We're going to go over to the dragon now. Going over to the dragon. Over to the dragon.
Oh, man.
Be quick before they realize where the blood came from.
Yep.
All right, Modica, now I have concerns.
Well, that's why we're going to go and feed it to the dragon. And we're going to make it so that they don't eat people unless I tell them to.
You know, I remember once back in my home village, there was this little play about this fantastical plant that fell from the stars, you see. And needless to say, it did not end well.
Well, I understand, but that plant was super intelligent and did not have any boundaries set. I will be setting boundaries with these, because I have seen that play.
Yeah, I
All right.
found that play very offensive.
The director was
sure
like,
you
"That
did.
was a great play."
The director is unconscious.
I know.
And the music was fantastic.
Well, yes, I'll give you that. The music was fantastic.
Also, an intelligent plant without boundaries. That's just freedom.
Need me to see more.
Well, yes, but
It was
also
written about Rush Victicora.
anyway. So go out to the dragon, that thing that we killed,
Yeah.
and get some of that blood and warm it up by the fire and make makeshift bottles and feed my 3 little warg puppies.
So, goblins come out of their little bedrooms and come off of their bedrolls, rubbing their eyes and then looking in amaze, actually, as you're feeding the pups to what might one day become a giant beast of terror.
Well, they shouldn't all be concerned because Cormac was the one who showed them to me.
No, they're pretty much just impressed at
Oh.
this point. Yeah, you've actually learned tonight before you headed over. One of the goblins had the bright idea of they had a bear that they had been tracking. It shared a lot of territory with the goblins, and they decided to try to make this bear a grizzly bear, their mascot.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did is they lured it into the Citadel underground, and they found out that bears don't make very good mascots because bears will kill and eat goblins. So they ended up having to barricade it
Ha!
somewhere in the dungeon below. They'll tell you all about it, but they're not very proud. Anybody who can tame a beast bigger than them, it's worthy of respect. You guys have anything else you want to do during the night?
Nope. I'm gonna feed my little warg puppies until they fall asleep, and then I'm going to sleep with them very close to me so that they get to know my smell and my heartbeat and stuff.
All right.
Once
How about-
Rune confirms that Modica is reasonably safe for now, he will go back to where he was camped out at near Alak.
Of course. How about you, Moth?
Alak.
Before Rune heads out, I'm gonna toss him a vial.
Rune, you catch
Say a
it.
vial.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 2 inches tall. Say it holds maybe 3 ounces of this deep purple liquid. And when you look into it, if you look directly at it, your eyes will start to water, and a headache will form. You know when something's magical, and there's no way this is mundane.
What is this?
And then I'm going to bed.
Touche.
Arcana. Arcana.
Arcana.
Not the slightest clue.
All right. He will.
But
It
you
will
do
be-
confirm it's magical. Yeah.
He will. He would have caught it with Mage Hand, and it will just sort of be floating in front of him as he's turning it and twisting it and inspecting it on the way back to his little mini campsite.
So it seems to interact with you when you do that. Like it knows it's being spun because the way that a pattern in the bubbles forms, it forms, there are 2 bubbles spiraling around each other, but instead of turning, they follow you, seemingly almost to look at you. It's something devious about it. Maybe it's coincidence, but, or maybe it's just too late. Something's
He'll
at
go
play.
back utterly enamored by this thing. Probably will not sleep as he doesn't open the vial until later, but he's definitely going to be sort of poking and prodding and looking at notes that he's collected and doing what makeshift research he can.
Well, note, Alex Diagrams, he sleeps soundly in a way that you wouldn't expect a Hell Knight or a Knight or any warrior really to sleep. He doesn't seem worried about anything. That's not really the case for you adventurers, but nonetheless, the sun rises and you'll feel it before you see it. It is freaking cold, even for approaching midday when you guys finally get out of bed. And if you look out the hole in the castle on the south side of the map there, you'll note, actually, let me make sure it's being shared for everyone. Yep. It's busted open, and if you look out, it is sunny, and the ground is covered in snow. First eventful thing to happen since breakfast is there's a knock on the door. Those double doors.
To the
Modica, you don't remember falling asleep, but you were very tired. You just remember laying with your pups and then also waking up where you had been laying.
Oh, okay. I'm awake.
It's as that door is being.
I check on my pups and make sure they're okay.
They're there.
They're probably still sleeping.
They tore up that Groulodon meat too.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They just wrecked it.
Yep. Well, good to know. That way I know what I can feed them.
If you'd like to tell one of the goblins
Mm-hmm.
to grab the door, maybe? Yeah, your friends are there.
Yeah, Blorp, why don't you open the door? I don't know.
Helba says, no, I've got it.
Thank you, Helba.
She'll waddle along and open it. The director is here.
You're alive!
I am alive. You're
Oh my
alive.
God. I am alive.
I'm glad I found you. It's been really cold.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ugh.
you were unconscious the last time we saw you.
That's the best way to find me. So I've been told. You gonna let me in? I'm really cold.
Come on.
Okay. Do I still have Xavi's horse with me?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, but you might have stabled. There's a stable towards the main entrance. You just know that that's not was likely not where they were holding up. So if you'd stabled her horse there.
I would try and find a place where it is warm and I don't think this horse is gonna die.
Okay, yeah, you can take the horse in.
Okay. I gotta take Xavi's horse in. Tyler's been ridden really hard tonight, so I gotta get it in. It's a joke.
Xavi's
Okay,
horse's name is Tyler.
Just keep it away from the pups, because they're...
The pups?
Yeah, you'll notice little warg pups poking their heads out of these.
There's two that can move around pretty well, and there's one that can't.
Oh. Can I make some sort of roll to see if I know what they are?
Yeah.
Can I use like a local lore?
I think that would be nature.
Okay.
To identify.
I didn't know if these creatures were local to the area.
Lore. Well, you would know if they're local if you knew what they are.
Well, that's why. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make a nature then. Cause I don't know. Oh, it can be shared. Okay.
All right. This is a 15.
Yep, it's a warg.
That's a warg.
They can be found any temperate climate.
Okay. They're like any outside dog essentially.
If
Just
dogs
big.
If dogs like could talk and were also villains.
That's what
a warg is, and they grow to be like the size of a horse.
Wargs, yeah. Oh man. So when I lead this pony in or this horse in, do they all like look up and are like, ooh?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
these
it's
ones are tiny.
Yeah, one will hit the horse.
How does the horse react?
Horse doesn't care.
Okay. Tyler, you're
Yeah.
you have strong
The
constitution.
threshold is passed. Also, you actually can hardly see anything in here because
Okay.
it was bright and snowy and sunny outside, and now you move into this
Yeah.
unlit
Ugh.
room. Yeah. One of the goblins will actually offer to
Yeah, definitely
stable
take
the
it.
horse in
Yeah.
in the courtyard.
I will give it to him. And that's all right. So, you found wargs. That's horrifying.
Oh, they're lovely.
Go
They're
look
so sweet. And I look at the so there's one of them is a little male, and I'm like, Pringle, come here,
You named it Pringle.
I did. I named this one Pringle, and Pringle is very needy, and so Pringle wants my affection. San Diego on the other hand, is a little female, and she's very independent, very curious, wants to do everything. And then there's another one, and his name is Aldonis. Yeah, I wrote all these down. And Aldonis, he can sit up on his front paws, but his back paws appear to be lame. So, but he is very feisty.
Okay. We got Pringle, we got San Diego, and Al. I got it. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. So these are my pups.
How big do they get? We're talking like big, right?
Yeah, I could ride one.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
How much do they eat?
Well, right now, enough.
Huh. Well, I guess they're good to have. They don't eat all of us.
Well, we feed them, and then they don't eat us.
Hopefully we don't run out of food. Ever. Where's Rune? Where's Moth?
Well, I will go and bang on the door to the second kitchen and see if that gets Rune's attention.
Yeah, rather rudely, the timing, he was very near that door on his way out.
Sorry.
Say hi to everybody. And Moth, you as well, if you wanted to get up. At some point, and just,
Whenever you want to lurk out of
choice. There's just some stuff to do, but that's fine.
Suggestion.
You can rest. It's sort of like a relaxing day if you want it to be. He knows no other way.
No. Moth, you look great. Yes, you do. You look great. No. You look greatly horrifying.
Hello, Director. The Director.
Director, yes. Good to see you, boy. Good to see you.
I see you too.
Yeah.
Are you feeling better, I hope?
I am feeling a whole lot better. A whole lot more awake. But I think
Two good starts.
Yeah. Not to hype you all up, but I did some hyping up back at the town. So when we get back, we should be really good. We should be really set.
What did you tell
Nothing.
them?
Nothing. You're going to find out. I left it on a cliffhanger, obviously, because
do you know how difficult it was for me to leave town to get here to save you?
Hey, listen. We can have free drinks when we get back. Possibly. We'll see how this goes. I got to wrap up the story. But
Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna see how this pans out. That's fair. Thanks, Director.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
No
Yeah.
problem. So what are we doing now? What do we have on our plans?
Well,
Well, there's still the gentleman back in the Asmodeus
Yeah,
room.
either one works.
Who is this guy?
It's a Hell Knight
Oh,
yeah.
of the Nail.
Order of the Nail. Yep.
And then there's also, that guy who framed me.
Yeah, there's the cave. There's the tunnels just outside the Citadel here.
Sadly, we did not get to kill him. He almost committed suicide and then didn't because somebody decided to rescue him.
I thought I might have convinced him to do the right thing. Clearly, he had other designs.
Oh, well, you know, can't get them all. All right, did he run into the tunnels?
Yes.
You'll see.
Yes.
You'll notice the map.
Oh yeah,
Somewhere.
we have a map.
Somewhere around there in the middle of the room,
We have
next
a
to a
map.
fire. Looks like a skeleton of some. Oh, actually, the Groulodon that you remember seeing before you blacked out. The directory, just in the middle of the floor. There's like a bonfire. It has been thoroughly eaten. Next to it, there's this map that you can see in Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah.
Obviously
What?
drawn by a goblin.
I was gonna say,
And
this teddy bear room. I'd like to find out more about that? Question mark.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's a bugbear.
That's not exactly a teddy bear. That's not what I was
No.
hoping.
I don't see the map yet.
oh,
It was up, and then
Yeah.
I closed it. So
Oh, there you go.
I saw mine open. Yeah.
one of the goblins is actually gonna tap on that drawing of the face, and he's gonna say, "Big Bumble."
Big Bumble. Okay.
Is Big Bumble still alive? Is he still bumbling?
Is this the grizzly that you told me about last night?
Goblin just says, "Big Bumble."
Ooh.
Oh, I asked him in Goblin. That way he could answer me properly.
Oh yeah. Well, yep.
Okay.
He still just wants to say Big Bumble.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So this bear is one that they tried to raise and did not succeed, and it is very predisposed to eat goblins.
Oh, well, I can
I
see where
suspect
that's.
it's predisposed to just eat.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
that.
seemed that would be a problem. Do they want us to take care of it, or are they just holding it there?
They're just letting us know that that
Okay.
is there.
That's okay. That's a good thing to know. I'm glad I know. Not that I don't know. And what's the skeleton guy?
Is that the entrance to the thing?
Yeah, and Helba's gonna chime in at this point. He says, "That's where they came from."
Down there. And what's
Cool.
what's
yes.
the teeth? Is that what the growl?
So let's actually let's complete this whole story here. So
Okay.
basically, what happened was a cult of some sort had come up from underneath the citadel where the goblins were actually living, and forced them to the surface. This cult seemed to be aligned with dragons in some form or fashion, hence the dragon dogs that we ran into. At which point they began I believe it was the goblins had created the cave-in in order to seal them in. Is that correct? Looking at Helba.
when the goblins, so that lower level leads up to the main level and then up to the battlements, but it also leads down to a lower level. The Groulodons came up and up and up, but one of them finally collapsed heading up to the battlements because it was a weak point, and it caused the entire stairwell to just collapse.
There was a
So
side
the
effect
lower
from the
level-
Groulodons.
Yeah, the battlements was shut off, as well as the way to the lower level and the lower level that the goblins don't even go in.
So, thank you, Help. Everyone corrects then. The side effect from the large creatures caused the cave-in, basically cutting the goblins off from getting back down to their mates or their allies, and cutting off the cult from getting up here. It was at that point our other halfling friend, Colt.
Albert, I think is his name.
What was
Which
that
one are you
again?
talking about? The halfling?
Yeah.
The halfling.
That'd be Calmont.
Calmont.
Calmont chose to capitalize on the situation because he is looking for an elf gate of some sort. I believe he thinks it can lead him to some sort of treasure or what have you. At any rate, all that sort of culminated into our arrival, and we were able to take out the two Growlodons. I was having a chat with Calmont on his desire. He was just a halfling who made a series of poor decisions and felt he couldn't get out. I tried to offer him a way out. I thought he had taken it, and apparently he had not. Attempting to sacrifice himself, he got away, thanks to me, and hurried himself into the tunnels via a cave just outside the Citadel.
Okay. That is a good catch-up. All right.
And so now we're here. So the map you're looking at is the one drawn by the goblins, as I'm sure you can guess. The teeth symbolize the entrance to the cave.
Okay.
The skull symbolizes where the cult had come up from, and the teddy bear symbolizes, looking at the goblin who said it before, Big
Bumble.
Big Bumble.
That will be important in your story.
That is always. It's always good to know where you have your bears. Great story. All right. So are we thinking about going into these caves?
Clearly.
I think that's
Well, yeah, and
yeah.
that's the plan. We were out of resources, so we couldn't take it last night. Oh, sorry, I forgot one last part. That's where we ran. So in scoping out the rest of the Citadel here, we ran into Alak, a Hell Knight of the Order of the Nail, who was here to find a signet of his family that was lost when the Citadel was lost some time ago to scenario. I forgot the details. But he is simply relaxing back in the Asmodeus room at the request of Modica, who was concerned that he might frighten the goblins.
Yes.
I see. All right. I definitely would like to chance to talk with him. He's the Order of the Hell Knights. Oh my gosh, that's a
The Order of the Nail.
Order of the Nail. Very important.
Yeah.
Definitely want to talk to him.
Yeah, if my brief interaction with him, the Order of the Nail, I don't know much about the Hell Knights. I know there were, maybe still are, a few orders. None of them are particularly nice per se, given who they follow. It's not necessarily surprising. In case you weren't aware, Asmodeus is the Demon Lord? Ian? Demon or devil?
He's basically Diablo.
Fair enough.
Asmodeus, yeah, the Lord of Devils. Yep.
Devils. All right. Yeah, he's the Lord of Devils. The one and only, the man that rules the thing that rules itself.
Yep. The old devil. Okay. Well, is he gonna help us in our cave diving?
Well, if it involves getting his family's signets, maybe.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
It might be down there. Who knows?
He's very interested in these cultists. Like we mentioned it, and he looked like a kid at Winter's Fest.
Well, we should, has anybody broached him on the subject yet?
Not yet.
No, we were all very tired.
Understandable, yep.
Hey, Moth. Do you recall giving me a vial last night by chance?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
It's for you to figure out, not me.
Where did you get it?
I dreamed of it, and it became real.
I find that moderately hard to believe, but I'll go with it. Fair enough. What was the circumstances that it found itself within the dream?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
Dreams are just dreams. I wouldn't look too much into it. You're going to play with it. You're going to figure it out yourself.
While that might be true, if dreams are inconsequential, this particular dream created something fairly consequential. So I would think that the surrounding nature of what was in the dream would also be consequential to the thing that it created.
And you'll figure it out. So wait for that.
Okay. That's where we're at then?
I think that's Moth's way of saying he doesn't know.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Moth's way of saying, fuck you.
Well, there's that too.
Patience, you'll find in due time. There's no reason for you to know now.
Can the director
Fair
be
enough. Challenge
walking,
accepted.
going over to where this Asmodeus room is to
Yeah.
take it? Okay, that's
Rune will take the
Okay.
direct tour.
okay.
I want to fashion like a little harness for Al, for Aldi, and that way he can like see everything that I'm doing.
Can we fashion a harness for Moth?
I am not
God.
attaching
You can fit him
Moth
in
to
a
my
baby carriage.
person.
Put him in the baby carriage.
He's just like,
He folds up for sure. Yeah.
it's fine. Everything is.
Can you just fold up into the skull and we just attach that to someone's backpack?
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
All right. So, and Modica, are you coming with Rune and?
Yeah.
Underneath the nail knight.
All right. Well, he's performing some strange nerd ritual in the middle of his
Nerd
Asmodean
ritual.
pentagram when you arrive, fully clad in armor, as
Nerd.
Hell Knights usually are. You probably spend 20 minutes a day not in armor, and he'll stand up immediately as you come in.
Mhm.
So, what's the plan?
Hello.
Knowledge religion for the ritual?
Yep, just looks like daily prayers.
All right.
You know,
As
just
it
praying to Satan.
Hail Satan.
Yep,
Whoa.
just praying to Satan this morning.
Alex Bagram. Obviously, he's a Verzian. Probably late 20s. Doesn't seem like an imposter though. He seems pretty into this whole Hell Knight thing.
That armor's rather intimidating.
It is. If you can't see this armor, this is some armor. Can I make any sort of perception check to see if he has any other interesting signets or anything on his armor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I will let him know. The goblins did not find their apparent signets while we were doing our initial search of the Citadel. Yeah. I look significantly intimidating with my new Warg puppy
You do,
in front
yeah.
of me.
Hello, Sir Knight. I am the director. Have not had a chance to meet you. Great to meet you. Really glad you're here. Can you tell me more about your family's signet ring? I hear that that it's been lost, and like to know more about that. I am very interested in what you have to say.
Well, if it's here, and it's beginning to be a big if, it would be downstairs.
About
Maybe.
when was it lost?
Many years ago.
And is there any sort of emblem or anything on this signet ring that would make it stand out?
Is it a ring or is it a patch? I thought it was a patch.
It's not a ring. Yeah, it's the size of a small plate.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a symbol of Asmodeus in the center and a symbol of the Order of the Nail, which is a starburst of these rough nails, just kind of spiking out. It's not a kid's toy.
Depends on the kid.
It's dangerous to even touch. Yeah. They're still here. They'll be downstairs.
And is there anything that comes with this signet? Is it like, I don't know, exuding really strong energy? Is this just a decorative item?
Well, it's an heirloom item.
I must wish
Will
I
I
could
be
say it was
cursed if
more
I
than
touch
just-
it?
Only if you're superstitious. I wish I could say it was more than just a piece of metal, but that's all it is. But it means something to me.
Can I make I don't know what, a check of some sort to see if he's lying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it deception or
Perception? Is it a perception?
insight is what it is, and
Yeah.
we don't really have an insight roll
In the other game.
in that other game. Diplomacy, maybe.
Seduction.
I'll make it perception. I'll just roll perception. Pacha! Oh, I don't perceive shit.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, it's perception versus.
Okay, his deception or whatever.
Well, it's his. Just he makes a deception check versus your perception.
Okay.
But I didn't make a deception check at the time, so it's like that's.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Whether or
believe
not
you.
you believe him.
I
It's,
believe you.
Yeah. Yep.
The armor makes me believe you. You look like you know what you're doing. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's. I think we're all on the track to go down into the horrible caverns. So if we're all good, we might want to start saddling up and doing that.
Oh, I don't think you want to bring me along.
Oh, why not? You got a really big
Sword, axe,
thing.
pike.
You've
A
heard the
lot of-
stories.
Have I? Have I heard the stories?
And what was that one? It's about the Hell Knight. Order
Oh,
of the
wait.
Nail?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Can
Well,
I
you
make
might
a
remember-
lore check?
Yeah, well, you don't need to. You wrote
Okay.
the story.
I did.
Remembrance check.
3 nights in a day.
Oh
City of
man.
Masks. Have to
3
remember,
nights.
that story is largely why nobody will travel with a Hell Knight. See, they remember the sense of duty and law that possesses a Hell Knight. You don't want to bring them along, especially if you respect them, because that mutual respect is shattered the day you try to do something that conflicts their moral code, and I'm afraid that we're not going to agree on some things. But I'm willing to help you as much as I can.
Okay. Well, I understand. I really understand. Just remember where that person was when they were writing a story. I'm just saying maybe it wasn't their best time. Maybe they took some liberties. Not quite sure, but that's a story. But
The writer did take a few liberties, I will admit.
we got to make a story interesting. Either way, I respect you, and I respect that you don't think that you would be an asset to us. We will take whatever help you are willing to give, though. Any sort of insight, any sort of assistance.
And the director's great at reputations and building them.
Great. We're at another story.
Just saying.
I
You
get
make me look like a hero.
everyone. Well, you are a hero. Everybody's a hero in some way. Sometimes, most of the time, maybe not.
Really?
Yes.
I don't have a lot to offer, but he'll reach behind a plate of metal and just pull out a dagger. Super shiny, silver blade. And hand it to you.
Oh man. My dagger. I thank you, Alak.
Oh, there's a armory here, right? That we saw.
Yeah. There was some armor.
Junk armor.
Yeah.
I was hoping there
Really?
might be a crossbow in there.
There wasn't. There was no weapons. Weapons always get looted first.
Ooh. Okay.
Can I make a perception roll on this dagger? I don't have detect magic.
Yeah,
unfortunately, but
yeah, yes, you
I will do
can.
my perception.
You know it's a magical dagger. And Alex is going to say, you might be better off taking goblins down there. It can be quite claustrophobic, but
Good idea. No, I
Like-
appreciate the insight.
we'll keep watch on the tower.
You do that. You do
If
that.
I see anything.
Okay. I perceive that a lot.
Well, Rune, it's a pleasure.
Oh, his pleasure was all mine.
Your nose is bleeding. And he's going to walk away.
I'm gonna roll check his nose.
Yeah. So, and it's a viscous purple comes out.
Ugh. Rune, I don't want to ever ask what you do in your downtime. It's none of my business, but for the party.
And San Diego is at your knee, like going.
Those dogs are gonna get big. They're gonna get real big. I'm just telling everyone.
Wild
that.
berry flavored.
Wild berry flavor.
So Rune will look at the crap coming out of his nose and then pull the vial out from where he had put it in his pouch. Is it still full of the liquid?
So the seal is still on. It is on a full
But-
wax seal, and the fill is about half.
Ooh.
Like I said, not gonna judge. No judgment. If you ever want to talk about anything, I'm here. I am here. No judgment.
Your friendship
That is the
welcome,
sound of one of
Director.
my marks.
I appreciate the friendship, Director.
Anytime.
So Rune will simply take a piece of cloth and wipe away his nose.
Shove it up there.
All right, so is it time?
Yeah.
Down
What
to the
goblin?
basement.
Yeah. What goblins would assist us if we asked the collective? Like, would anybody else come down with us, or are they like,
Well,
no?
Goblins don't know how to fight.
Okay.
You bring one, chances are they could die quickly.
Okay.
But one or two might be good cost benefit if you want to figure out like how to get around.
so I will ask them in Goblin based on the extremely like awesome speech I gave them the day before. Are any brave enough and crafty enough to show us the way through the tunnels?
Helba stands up, but one of the goblins shoos her, and he gets up. It's the one that just likes to say Big Bumble.
Ah,
He pulls his hood down and has to. His ears are threaded through them, so he has to pull them
Nice.
out. And he takes his hood off,
mhm.
picks up a bedpost leg.
Oh dear. Does he have any family? Do we need to like pay some family here?
God.
I ask him his name. In Goblin, obviously.
Oh, it's Groul.
It's
Growl?
Growl?
Yep.
Okay. Growl, do you have family?
Shakes his head.
Okay.
Oh well, this is you're a great person, Growl. You're gonna be great. You'll get a special cameo. I promise.
Oh, no. In loving memory.
I
translate-
exactly.
I translate half of that.
Oh my
Sarah
gosh.
McLaughlin.
The nice part of that.
All right. So the
There will be
marching
songs
order.
in your
How do you guys want to do it?
Oh my god. Our marching order. Oh my god.
I'll be stealthed up ahead.
So it's a cave entrance to get down to the tunnels below.
Let's
So
do
who
it.
goes in it first?
Me, Mothman.
All right. Followed by who?
I will say that I leave my warg pups with Helda, and just like with instructions to keep them fed so that they don't
Kill people.
kill
Eat
people
Shavi's horse.
or eat Shavi's horse. And then I will stealthily go second.
Hmm.
Rune or me? Would you want to go next, or you want me? I don't particularly care.
I'll go.
All right, I'll be last then.
Okay. All right. So I think I know how I want to do it then. All right. Let's share a sheet.
Get ready to rumble.
Oops. Yep. Just place your characters however the marching order works.
Fantasy grounds. This is so cool.
Oh, could you imagine?
This is awesome.
Yeah, especially since Roll20 went down today.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, they couldn't handle the amount of people
Everybody
playing.
being on.
Yeah, they're like, all
I
right.
don't
just-
know. I was on before this, and we had no problems.
Yeah, it
today.
was earlier this morning when it happened.
Okay.
I have no idea when Roll20's down or not.
Anyway, fantasy grounds, people.
Fantasy grounds. Yeah, you got this.
It's lovely.
If you're gonna get your
Super
role
cool.
playing in,
This is, yeah.
All right, so this wide, empty stone hallway is oppressive and dark. You'll notice actually it is pitch dark because there's no light source in here. But does anybody have a spell they could cast?
Oh, look at that. I think I do. I do.
I mean, I have
Ow.
dark vision.
Oh, okay. I'll just describe it for you instead.
I can't.
Let's lead them into the darkness, and Moth will just kind of
Love
whistle so
that.
they know where to go.
I cast.
Are there
Yeah,
are there
dancing
torches or anything along the side? Asking Moth.
Wait, I think I got this, guys. I think I got this.
No.
Yeah. I cast dancing lights.
What does that look like?
It is 4 floating lights that I can move. I think they can be in any color. They would just be pale blue. But I can move them up to, I forget how many feet in front of me. Let me see. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
It's 4 balls of light. I can
Brilliant.
move them.
Yep. So they come out floating. To the east, you see hall ends at 3 open doorways, or hallways, I should say, and as well as to the west, there's a door straight ahead of you guys, right by a pile of rubble you assume is where the staircase would be.
I want to check for traps.
I have a question. What the hell is
Check for traps.
this?
What is what?
This little spiked...
That is an overturned large table.
Okay.
Yes.
Search over there for traps. I'm not convinced.
Okay, I will search over by the
yeah.
table for traps.
Surprise, it's a mimic.
That looks like a spiked pit. Drawn horribly.
Don't judge Ian. You're just judging our DM.
The line
Horribly drawn, jeez.
God.
We've all been there.
It's a mimic from the stick figure plane.
Dancing lights. 120 feet is what this is. It's a sustained thing, so I have to like.
So check for traps. That's a perception check.
Great. Still a 16.
Oh, but you notice somebody on the end of the hall. A humanoid figure, big, standing up, looks sort of slouched, kind of creepy, and then this other like weird, long figure. Maybe it's like a bird, blue.
Okay. So I will hold up my fist and like we know what the signal is for hold, and then 2 that way. Like I know this stuff. I have no idea if they know what that means.
Yep. Moth, Rune, the director. The goblin follows you perfectly.
Okay,
Because
good.
goblins know.
Yeah.
They know group tactics. Yeah, he comes down and he crouches down, taking full cover with the table. Puts a dagger in his mouth so he can retrieve the map. Lays it flat on the table. Looks around. He's trying to do like a little count in his head, see how many baddies are here. And then he just points to the bear, where the bear is, and he says, "Big Bumble."
Growl, you're gonna get a cameo.
So what you know is that these goblins, that even though there were 24 of them, they were overpowered by these cultists. So you can't assume that there are as few as 1 or 2 cultists down here. There's probably a lot. So
Do you think that they've do they make it? They haven't moved or anything, so we don't know if they've like seen the lights. I'm assuming that at this point they've seen the lights because we're in the same hallway. Essentially,
you can put them out immediately if you'd like.
I could, but
But that's Big Bumble that's in front of us. That's
No.
not the cultist.
No, but if you look at the map, so you guys are in the main chamber.
Okay.
Right here. Big Bumble is up on the northern side.
up there.
So he's down one of the halls. You're looking at something else entirely.
Okay.
Should I put my lights up there? Do you want to see?
I know I'll move over here just to get away from the light. Just like creep on all fours backwards into the darkness.
I'm like on top of of Rune.
Um,
Do you want my lights?
I kind of wish we could get the bear and like lure the bear down here to eat the cultists.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
Well, so I will point to the direction that Rune's in, because I think that's the hallway no, that's not the hallway we need. We need around the table. We need that second hallway to the left.
Always
Yes.
connect.
Yeah. Oh, do they all connect?
The two
Oh, sweet.
on the northern side.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It goes into
This one's
the.
the Goblin Strong. Yep.
Okay, so we can all go up this corridor. So if people are following me, I'm gonna say go that way.
Okay,
Alright.
so you'll push Moth.
Yeah.
Forward. Modica, then Rune, then the Director.
Yep. I'll flick off my lights like once everybody's in. Well, yeah, just do it quick so like I can get back into the hallway and yeah. Works.
Yes. And so as you're waiting for everybody to shuffle through, you hear footsteps. These like weird padded, almost sounds like a dog's, like a werewolf's paws or something. You know, it's obviously not a werewolf, but you just hear these like
Coming from the direction that we just left.
kind of sounds like from the other side of the table, but you know it's a few feet away. Just you, the Director, but you hear whatever that was turn the other direction and you go back
Oh man.
to its original point. It was just a close call.
Yeah,
Okay.
you best run.
And Rune, where in that marching order are you? If you're headed up that way.
Right about there.
Yeah.
All right. Do an epic reveal.
Yeah, he has his like blocked out so we can't see him. Now we can.
All right. It's dark. A creature holds a torch. It allows you to illuminate the room, but you only see a silhouette. And one of the friends you do see in this room, a broken bed frame in the corner, some splintered drawers, a couple of tents. They're all greasy and moldy, and there's piles of cloth here. I mean, obviously, whatever's in here has been squatting. And you start to hear a really low hum, almost like an infrasound. It's like croaking sound.
Moth,
Hey.
stop it. That's really creepy.
So, just to clarify, first of all, I've been saying my raven's name wrong. It's Corvus, not Corvid. I don't even know my own bird's name, apparently. Aside from that, though, every morning, wizards can adjust the abilities that their familiars have. And so this particular day, Rune has, knowing that we were going down into tunnels, Rune has removed Corvus's ability to speak, but given him the ability to see in the dark.
Neato.
Oh, excellent. So you see this, and Moth, you see this as well. Modica, you just see the very dim the light coming from the torch.
Okay. I do have keen eyes, so I can make out small details. So if there's a little bit of light, I could probably see like movement or something.
Got it. Yeah. So what it sounds like they sound like frogs, but tall. They stand. I mean, they're taller than you. These are medium humans. They're actually probably heavier than even Rune, and they're speaking probably Draconic.
Oh, I can understand Draconic.
Yeah.
As can I.
It's a mix of Draconic and some other offshoot of a common language, not really spoken on this part of the continent. So you don't understand that, but they switch into Draconic for a little bit, just to say a couple of odd ritualistic things, kind of culty stuff. What do you guys want to do?
How many of them are there? Or wait, I can't see.
Just two of them.
I'm just going to see if I can
from the
sneak
torchlight.
past to the other door.
Say again?
I'm just going to see if I can sneak past to the other door.
Make a stealth check.
Never. Okay.
You can also not. You just see, as you make your way over to the other door, slowly turning. This is what you see.
I want that bow.
Drawing a bow and just... But he doesn't see you. He unnocks his arrow. And then immediately heads over to a tent. You can hear him. He's ruffling stuff. Looking for something. What do you guys want to do? Also, Moth, do you want to get on the other side of the door?
Yeah.
All right. Take that opportunity to slip. Modica, you see this now. You only see one of them, though. The other one has made its way into the tent.
Does the other one have a bow?
No, it's just holding a torch.
Okay. Then I would... I am going to do something out of character and try to sneak over to this guy's tent and like tell everybody who's not sneaky to go so that I can I'll be there to cause a distraction if they get caught. So go like...
Okay, wow. Yep.
I know, very out of character for me. And I'm supposing you're gonna want me to roll for stealth.
Yes.
So I'll do the stealth. And that's a 19.
All right. Good job. You make it, and Rune, you can see very well. The director, you probably can't see very much of what's going on.
And so I will point to the other door and just tell people to go.
I have low light vision. That's the only thing I got. And cool sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
Rune. And actually, no. Let's do Modica's first, because that might afford you an opportunity. So, what do you do when you get to that tent?
I take my throwing dagger out and just have one in each hand.
Okay.
Ready to throw.
You're not going into the tent or adjacent to the tent. You're just going to stay there.
I don't know that this other guy has a bow. Wait, if I go here, he would see me. So.
Well, you're on the other side of the tent, so maybe not.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know that other guy has a bow, so I don't have any real strong urge to kill yet. But just saying, if I had seen that bow, I'd be like, let's get him.
Whew. Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Moth, you get to the other side of the door. Two more rooms. It looks like a interstitial space between two other lounge areas. It wasn't supposed to be anything more than a place to hang up a couple of paintings and for people to gather between meetings in the crypts for the Hell Knights. Right now, it's being used as a living space. There are two more tents, and you can hear the breath of living creatures, one in each, sleeping peacefully. What do you want to do? You know where the bear is, but that's pretty tempting, I'll bet.
The bear?
Yeah.
It is.
For the helpless sleeping creatures.
Alright, I'll continue moving towards the bear. See if I can bear it.
Wow.
You're welcome, everyone.
That was horrible.
You're
Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah.
I know that was all for me. So I rolled a 16 for that perception that you requested.
Okay. I have to find my opposing skill real quick. All right. So what are you doing, Moth?
Heading towards Le Bear.
Okay. And how about you, Rune, and the director?
I am sneaking. I'm
Who's
gonna.
doing the same thing?
Yep.
And are you following Moth?
I believe that was what Modica requested.
Yes, that is that is the signal I am giving you.
Yeah.
All right. You're successful.
Corvus will stay behind in the hallway to keep an eye on Modica, though.
All right.
That somehow makes
Modica?
me feel so much better.
Make a reflex save for me.
Cool.
It's not
I love
great.
that.
I've got the dagger on the ready.
I do have the dagger on the ready, and I have a +10 to reflex. So, yeah.
Great. Well, your instincts serve you right because you flinch, and in a moment's notice, as you duck, an arrow flies and just plants itself in a piece of moldy wood right beside you. And as you look over, that menacing, cynical glare from this frog person, we'll call them Boggards, that's offensive, as he's glaring at you, and he's about to draw another arrow.
I want to fling my my dagger at him.
All right, so we're going to use your perception check on initiative.
Okay.
Versus him. Let me just put these values in. Got a 16. Yeah, that doesn't work that way. You got a 16, but he got a dummy high initiative.
Boo.
Moth
Yeah.
and Rune. You look over, this room is just a bloodbath. Not really surprised, Big Bumble is in the middle of it. You see bones and some guts, fresh kills, and a couple of older looking kills. This is where you know a couple of goblins have died, and presumably a couple of cultists have died as well. As you peek through, it's a barricade made from furniture. It's not secured very well, it's just bear-proof. It looks like really fancy quarters. The nicest bed you've seen in this entire Citadel. And also Big Bumble. Rune and the Director, you see this as well, because you guys can easily fit in that doorway.
Is Big Bumble open? Or open?
Open?
Is he awake?
Yeah, I mean, he's always trying new things. He's up. Yeah, he's awake.
Okay.
He's just scratching on a wall. You can't even see him very well because of the angle. But you see the bed. The whole room is extravagant. Maybe the goblins didn't see the irony of like using this as the room to.
All right, guys.
Trashed.
I want to whisper. What's the plan?
We free it.
Okay. Doors open. Are we gonna run?
You hear in the tent next to you. Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right.
I'll
Do we need to make a noise?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start moving the barricade so that the bear can get through it.
I want to do Mage Hand. If we want to wake this thing up, I'm gonna Mage Hand and move things and wake this motherfucker up. Sorry.
Great idea. So we'll iterate that on Modica's combat turn.
Okay.
Modica, so this, he drops his weapon, pulls out a Morning Star from the tent, and heads directly towards you, and he's just glaring at you, looking down. It's your turn. What do you do?
I tried to throw my dagger at his throat or eye or something around his head.
Swat. Okay, roll that.
Oh, come on.
That actually might be, I hope it's not a critical fail. No, it's just a miss. Okay. Well, you miss. Now it's his turn.
Wait, don't I get 3 actions? No.
You have, yeah, just kidding. You have 3 actions.
Okay.
Yep.
I do it again. Oh,
God.
no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You throw that dagger, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It ricochets and hits someone in the butt.
Yeah, so as you come in to throw it, because it's a ranged weapon, you go in for a whip, and you realize you might have underestimated this person. It's common in Galarian. When people don't look very human as humanoids, you forget that they can be serious professionals. And you realize right now that this guy's a trained killer. because he backhands to deflect your elbow, sending it out of balance, and then just pushes the dagger as it's in your hand straight into your gut,
Ooh.
making that as an attack.
That's not fair. What
On
is
you.
this?
What are you? That's 3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you
Hold
got
on,
a
dude, that's
dagger.
not that bad. That's just a margin. I
I still have my dagger. That's true.
You've equipped that dagger.
Mm-hmm. It hurts. Not gonna lie.
He's starting to get really mad. It's your turn.
Okay. I am going to. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Also, while you're doing whatever you're doing, the director, you notice that there's a little bit of rustling going on in that tent. Do you guys have any idea on how to clear this barricade a little bit quicker?
Does Rune, do you can do this too, right? He has mage hand, right?
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, Rune has made him, but you can tell he's trying to figure out how we're gonna open the door and get out of the way of the bear.
Yeah.
Telekinetic projectile.
Can I slip through the barricade?
Yeah,
Oh god.
you
Okay.
can. I love that.
Yeah, I'm gonna slip in and head towards that chest.
All right, roll initiative for me.
What? No. Since perception or stealth?
You can use stealth. I like that.
Well, I like to please you.
Okay.
She'll always makes it.
So great.
This is why I'm here.
I'm gonna say in Draconic to this guy, you are worthless.
That is an intimidation check, which skill is that?
It's an intimidation check, which I have a +7 to.
Do it. Draconic is a good plus too.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey,
So what exactly do you say to him?
I say, you are unworthy of the one you serve.
Is Rune getting a danger vibe from Corvus?
Yeah.
Because he had left Corvus in the. Okay.
Yeah. You're seeing this now.
All right. Rune will express to his 2 compatriots quietly, Modica is in danger.
Yeah, you hear a bear scream, by the way, just as you say it.
We are in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
We just, in general, are in danger.
I'm in
Off
danger.
your stealth. You've got a critical hit coming in on you for quite a claw attack.
Oh no!
I know you'll be okay. That's 16 damage as the bear picks you up, hits you against a wall. The claws. Can't dig in because there's just not a lot of calories there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So throws you against the barricade, causing it to explode.
Yay, I did it.
Mostly at the stake of like your hit points because you're taking 16 damage.
I did it,
broken
guys.
through.
I broke it.
So
Oh
proud of you.
god.
Danger. We are in danger.
And the direct
That is
roll,
accurate.
You can both make initiative checks now.
Oh, God.
We're just going to do combat from exactly here, starting at Moth on 16 points initiative.
We're
It
stuck
is standard
between
initiative, or do you have a
bear.
particular skill you want?
Now just regular perception to get the jump on whatever all that just was.
Ooh, look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us.
In the 20s, level 2. Impressive. So, yeah, we'll start with just Moth to react to that. What are you going to do? You're put on the ground and the bear's coming after you.
I am going to try to use... is it survival or nature to... I think it's nature to kind of get this bear on my side.
I would think it's nature. Just go ahead and give me a nature roll first.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna like So with my knowledge of bears and such, I just want to like go limp like I'm a dead skeleton.
That doesn't work.
That's pretty smart. Okay. Yep.
Oh no.
15.
I thought that was a 1. It's like, oh no.
I'm a skeleton, damn it. Oh no. Bear's like, nah, I'm not buying
Yeah,
it,
so
bitch.
17, but now we're going to go from the top. You have hero points, by the way, fresh from leveling up.
Oh, yeah.
What was it, 1, right, per level?
Yeah, but I gave you guys extra ones because I'm about to put you through some crap. So the bear didn't buy it
What?
because it
Are
knows
you-
you're alive.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
it's a fantasy world.
What?
It adjusted pretty quickly.
Bear's
This time
like,
it's not the
whatever.
claws. It's the jaws.
I've seen that movie. I like it.
21
It's a
should
great
hit,
movie.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
You're fine. Everything's fine.
9 damage piercing.
God damn it.
All
I'm
right,
like,
um,
oh, God.
Now it's Wert's turn, and his mouth is going to open. You see just layers and layers of teeth. You recognize him now. This is a Boggard. Whoops. Let me swap these tokens, and he's going to let out a croak. Absolutely terrifying. Mitchell, go ahead and give me a croak sound effect. Just a vicious one. Yeah. All right. I need you to make a will save.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
And I don't know if Corvus needs to make will saves versus effects.
I'm fine.
If Corvus is in the range of it, then yeah.
Oh, man. I wish I could do
Yep.
the
So
the
just,
croaking
make a-
from Kung Fu Hustle.
Check that.
And then Rune, it'll be your turn.
We should
Oh,
buy
actually,
a
no.
frog.
He's got effects left. He's gonna make a swing of the Morning Star at you, Modica.
Mm-hmm.
What save was that?
Hit. It was a will save.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. So your Corvus is frightened 1.
Okay.
Okay, so takes 6 damage on you from the first attack with a Morning Star. He's gonna drop it and head back over to get his bow.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
Now it's the Director's turn at initiative 22.
Okay.
Direct, damn it.
Yeah. I'm going to recast my dancing lights, but I'm going to do it like kind of in front of the bear, and I'm going to do 2 and kind of have it like,
Okay.
glittery to kind of like draw him forward to chase them. And I'm going to move and try and like get these lights to attract him so he's moving in the direction of where Modica is. That's the goal of this. So I'm going to
Okay.
cast
You
dancing
realize
lights.
you all are in the way.
I'm going to
Yeah.
run. I'm running.
Yeah, so you have a move action still.
I do.
Or
So I'm
one
going-
action left.
Yeah, I'm going to move back here.
Moth,
Guys, move. We need it. We need to get bear out.
your
Move.
turn.
Oh.
What are you gonna do?
This is a great
Wasting
scene. I
time.
love this. I love this.
Whoops, sorry. No, Rune, it is your turn. The
Oh,
22 would count.
you tease.
Think about what you're doing. Gurgling blood.
All right. So is Moth dead?
No. Well, no. He's still kicking. He's still
All right.
animated.
It's like a limp kit, though.
Telekinetic project him.
They shall call him Limp Kiss Kit. What?
What?
I'm just like,
Kill him for that.
How
Just kill him
how
for that.
heavy is Moth?
I don't know. 50 pounds, 60.
Nope, too heavy. Got it.
I'm trying to lose weight.
I mean, you can
God.
drag at half speed isn't bad.
Well, it could be bad.
It will be bad.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and drag Moth to get him away.
All right.
That'll give me what, 15 feet of movement?
Yep. Put you. He's there. Yep.
And there are creatures sleeping in the tents next to us?
Yeah, they're not sleeping anymore. They're about ready to hop out.
All right. So, Ian, can I use the effects that I got at leveling up?
Yes.
Okay. So this is gonna. So Rune, frantically dragging Moth down the hallway. Moth, you might feel comfortable with this. I'm not sure, but the director definitely feels sort of the hairs on the back of his neck stand up. Moth just hears these low whispers as a ward just appears in front of Moth's face, and just this very distinctive this whoomph. And then just like that, the whispers cut off, the hairs on the back of Director's neck go away, and Moth, you are affected by Forbidding Ward. Woo! You gain a +1 to AC and saves. Woo! Against the bear.
Woo!
All right.
Nice job, kid.
Now, I would like to point out there were no Rune. People have seen Rune cast before. This was not like that at all.
Was it nothing? Like, did you not do anything? Was it just done?
So, correct, basically.
Okay.
That is accurate. It wasn't his typical arcane symbols that appeared around him. Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting. And yeah, Rune, I'm sure you'll know exactly what comes to mind as this strange phenomenon manifests. Modica, it's your turn.
So one thing I forgot is that I have the Hunter's Edge, which means the first time that I hit my hunted prey, I deal an additional 1d8 precision damage. So when I hit that guy earlier, yeah.
Well, it's very precise, though.
It is very precise.
That's the promise.
Fine.
He's like,
Fine.
my pencil.
Yeah. Hey. So he ran back to get his thing. I am going to he's not looking at me though.
No, he's retrieving his bow.
Okay. So then I am going to move back toward the door here, getting ready for, or not near the door, but enough room so that my friends can go by me.
Okay.
And then he's not in throwing range, is he? For my dagger.
Nope.
Nope.
He's 2 increments. You would take a penalty, I believe.
Okay.
So it'd be like a -2 penalty. Still worth a throw there.
Well, I have to take it out of my gut in order to do that.
Yeah. The damage is already done.
I think I am going to I think I'm going to delay my throw until he is looking at me.
Okay, excellent. Well, that puts us back to Big Bumble.
Wait, when's my turn?
That puts us back to Moth. I thought I did Moth. No, I didn't. I went from the director to Modica because I got all jumbled up. All right, sorry. You go ahead. Go.
It's cool, dog. I'm going to
You're gonna
cast
drag Rune.
Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
As vines creep in to protect me. God damn it. And I'm gonna
All right.
come up over here.
All right. Odds or evens, guys?
Evens?
Even Stevens.
Evens. Well, look, it was even.
What
So the
does
bear
that mean?
can't get out of the hallway yet. Reaches in, trying
Aw.
to,
Bear.
get some.
What's blocking him?
It's just a narrow. It's a
Okay.
narrow opening, mixed with some rubble coming out of one of those tents. Though you see this tall, slender, looks like a monkey, but in humanoid form, crawls out, pops onto his feet, goes. But also, as you look back at the director, it's on the other side as well.
Oh no.
Coming up, you're suddenly flanked by these cultists. Let's see, that should put us to Werrt. Wertt looks at you, Modica. He's not even looking into the tent to pull his bow. He's looking straight at you, which triggers your action.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw my thing at him.
Okay, roll for it.
Wow. Where is it? Actions. There we go. So, and then -2 puts it at 20.
It's a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. And then I don't do the D8 because I've already hit him once, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Falls right in.
and I'll just say your cries are in Draconic. Your cries are weak. Your skills are weak. You should follow someone who is strong.
Catches between his breastplate and his shoulder. It's still his turn, though. He pulls it out. It falls to the ground. And he pulls back his arrow.
Mm-hmm. Can I try to dodge? Probably not. Ah.
23 is going to hit.
Yeah.
Let's roll damage.
Oh no.
I'm fine, guys.
It's great.
Everything's fine.
Ignore
Everything's
the damage type
fine.
there. You're going to take 6 damage.
Uh-huh.
And then he's going to pull out an arrow. It's green, tipped on the head. It looks like it's smoking, something poisonous. As he knocks it back,
Catch it with your face.
and then you see his small, these little slits for eyes. He's this disgusting frog cultist. And suddenly, you see the whites of them as he looks down, but he isn't quick enough because that dagger that's on the ground flies open in the tent flap. And then you see the goblin comes up right in the jaw as it just pops up. And then he falls to the wall behind him, starts flailing, and then the goblin just looks over to you and says, "Big Bumble!"
Big Bumble! I love my people.
Okay, Rune.
Oh my god, that's great.
Oh, you're muted.
I am muted. There's a shitstorm. Okay.
It hurts.
Yep.
Screep and Zorp are our new. What were Screep and Zorp again?
Were they goblins or these things?
Reap and Zorp. Yeah, so these
Oh,
are
yeah.
the monkey people that have come out. You can make a check if you want. It's a nature check if you want to identify exactly who these are.
All right.
They're beaver people.
This is how they stand.
Ooh, with
Their
whips.
sickles,
Baboon.
ropes, primitive weapons. Ready to throw things.
Do I know what they are?
Nope, not slightest clue.
All right. But they came out from the tents.
Yep, they were
Okay.
sleeping there. They must be cultists. You can tell from the patches that they're wearing.
Patches?
Wearing the
Okay.
same symbol.
And is Big Bumble coming out the door?
Yeah, any second now.
Okay. Rune is not going to be in the door or the pathway. He's going to come around this way.
Yep.
So Corvus has flown off in fear. Can Rune see anything right now?
There is a torch. You see Werrt is being attacked by your goblin friend, and another goblin is getting out, but he doesn't know what to do. So instead, he's drawing a sling, and he's getting ready to unleash his croak.
So plug your ears.
So in just a rush panic, Modica this time will just feel this sort of dull vibration, very low hum come across her skin, and whispers and a piece of debris nearby will fling itself at Crick.
Yep. That's it.
Ooh, yeah.
Brilliant. Smacks him in the face. You can make a check on this one, both of you. Knowledge nature if you'd like. And Moth and the Director, you can make ones for the ones you're encountering now.
Okay.
Rune, if that was your 3 actions.
That was, in fact, I'm good.
So the Director, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to
Modica, these are Boggards. Rune, you also know that these are Boggards. And Cultists as well. Seems to be quite a coalition, whatever this dragon cult is.
Moth, how you looking over there? You're
On a scale of it's looking bad.
It's looking bad. Okay.
Moth is, yeah.
Let's see.
You can tell he's close to death when he starts acting like he's alive.
That's a very accurate statement.
is. Can I try and assist? Oh, can I try and open up the door that he's at, like because that door, he's next to a door, right?
It looks really weak. You could probably lean into the door and it would open.
All right, I want to
You could
do
probably
that.
push him into the door and it would open.
Yeah, I want to do that, and then close the door immediately behind me.
Aww.
All right. So
I want
you
to try and save him. Yeah.
push Moth. You're gonna notice it's a small interstitial space, about 5 or 6 feet, tiny little hallway between these rooms. I doubt you want to go into the other room.
Yeah, I don't. I just
Right
was trying to
away?
get him out of the way,
Okay.
so when this bear, and I'd like to interact with the door. I don't know. Just keep it.
Yeah. So that's 1 action, 2 actions. You got another action left.
I can't make any sort of heal check with him if I don't have it trained, correct?
A heal check. I don't know if you can make one.
I don't think so.
Medicine. I don't think it's a. I could roll something, but I don't think it would actually help.
Medicine. Yeah, I mean, there's recall knowledge in terms of medicine if you wanted to just assess how bad it was. I'd let you roll that.
All right, I'll do that.
Medicine check to
All
sort
right.
of see where he is
I
doing
will
health
do
wise.
that.
Just as soon as that door shuts and you get in a safe spot, you
Mhm.
feel like you're surviving an earthquake, because you must assume the bear has made its way through,
Mhm.
because the ground shakes and rumbles and you just feel plow through everything that was in that hallway. You hear the bear just
Oh
pass
God.
by. Yeah, followed by
Oh God. Yeah.
mortifying silence. Rune, Modica, you feel this. Modica, you see this. Probably at least a little bit, because those doors were open, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Director Moth, I think you have a turn.
Yeah.
Director, you know he is. You could stab him with a spoon and maybe kill him.
Okay. Well, I do
Yeah,
that.
He's about ready to shit. Yeah,
Bring it on!
He's IKEA furniture right now.
Okay. Oh, buddy. You're gonna have a story if you live through this.
Yeah, secondhand IKEA furniture. So Moth, it's your turn.
Sadly, the only way for me to fix this is to kill the director.
Were you saying that out loud?
The director is right here. He's like, okay. I don't like where.
Is there light here?
No.
Alright, I'm just gonna start stealthily heading out.
Which, no.
Which direction?
Yeah.
Into the unknown?
So first, I'm gonna lock this door.
Which one?
The one to my left.
Alright.
The,
What?
The one to the bad guys. I don't want them getting through.
Your friends are that way.
I can't save them. I
Alright.
looked at the director. You going back?
I was going to wait until the horrible earthquake bear left, and then maybe, but I don't think you should really go out there. I don't know.
I'm not going out there.
A spoon could kill you.
Yeah.
I feel it in my gut that a spoon could kill you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lock that door.
The door on your left?
Yep.
Okay, what did you do next?
And then so I'm jimmying it with thievery, and then I'm heading stealthing to my right,
Alright.
making my way down.
As you open the door,
walking fast.
you might even reflectively shut it again. You see zooming past you 3 or 4, maybe 5 Boggards running down to the main hall where the bear must have gone, shouting at each other in a language you don't understand.
I think we have a really good place right here. Let's
People are
just
screaming.
stay right here. Yeah, people are screaming because there's a giant bear.
You still want to go?
Yeah,
Oh,
All right.
God.
it's the realm of cattle to
So one action.
stay in such a place like this.
Next action is a move action. You see a room.
Huh,
5. Yep.
cool.
What's next? I'll let you check out that room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna search this room while I'm
Yep.
here.
You just start looking. Hey, Modica,
Hey, what's up?
What up?
your turn.
Is it my turn? Okay. Okay. I am going to do intimidating glare at this remaining at Werrt, because I think Werrt is still next.
Yep.
To
Getting beat up by a
demoralize him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna run at him and stab him.
Excellent. Make that intimidation check for me.
Okay. 16.
I think the DC. Forgot what the intimidation is versus.
Oh,
Person perception?
I think it's will save.
Oh, probably the will DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed it
Ew.
by a
All
thin
right.
margin.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stab him then with my
Good.
short sword. because I'm not removing the dagger from my belly. Just thematically.
So you threw the one that you
Oh,
threw
that's
one of
right.
them.
I did
Yeah.
throw one of them. Okay.
You
So
have to remove it
anyway,
from his
but I
face.
have a short sword, so that's what I'm using.
Okay.
Nat 20. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So that attack is going to be double damage. I don't know if you remember how to do that. If you go to your actions.
Yep.
What weapon was it? Short sword?
Yep.
All right. So we'll just roll it. It's 2d6. If you don't have a modifier.
I do not have a modifier.
Okay. Do you get a bonus on criticals?
Not that it tells me.
Okay. All right. He is bloody.
Yeah. Okay.
He's the kind of person you can already tell by looking in his eyes. He's the kind of person that fights to the death. But he's pretty close to death now. It seems. 1 action, 2 action, intimidate, 3 actions. So that would be you.
Yeah.
All right.
I want
The
his
other
bow.
The other one lets out a croak.
Yeah, whatever.
Rune, Modica, that would be will saves.
Yeah.
All right, so that's frightened 1.
There we go. Will save.
Yep. So that's just -2 to perception. Or wait, no, sorry, wrong one. You get -1 to all checks and DCs at the end of each of your turns. It decreases. So at the end of your turn, it will go away. And Modica, you fail that check as well.
Yeah.
The bear's not attacking anybody you know, but down that hall you hear the sound of pure violence.
I want to
This
be a bear. I want the
this
bear
bear
flash.
popped up on something. This thing is like unstoppable. Tell it obviously hasn't eaten in a very long time. Let's make this attack. Excellent attack. So Werrt is gonna pick up the goblin, and then just smash it against the floor. Just, and then he's gonna kick it.
No.
And it kind of like rolls off into the tent. As his
We
one
did
weapon.
kind of know he was gonna die, but that doesn't make it any better.
And then that dagger that was embedded in his throat, he just, and then blood just sort of leaks out, and he comes out to make another croak, and he goes, and then blood just sort of spills out. Now he's angry.
I am too.
Modica, that's an attack on you. It misses. He
Yeah, it
swings. You dodge
Mm-hmm.
because you're an expert at this.
That's right.
And I think Rune at initiative 22, it's your turn.
All right. Rune finally getting his wits about him, although a bit nerve-wracked from the croak. Those effects are in?
So that'll be for just this turn only. At the end
Okay.
of this turn, it should be gone. Yep.
All right. So, Rune is going to hold on to his staff, smack it into the ground, or smacking the tip of his staff into the ground, causing a spark to come up from the stone. As from that spark, a series of arcane symbols begins to kind of circle into the air. As he puts his hand through it, a shocking or a arc of electricity comes through his fingers and arcs over to his target. Using the reaching meta magic, he will increase shocking grasp to 30 feet.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
And I know just the 2 targets that you might be referring to, right?
So shocking grasp only hits 1.
Oh, I was thinking the wrong one. Okay, yes. Okay. All right, so who will you hit? Werrt there is very near death.
I'll be Crick, the same target as before.
Excellent. Okay. Roll that damage.
It's a roll to hit first. Oh.
You have a hero point.
Yeah, we'll use the hero point. Just gives me a reroll.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh.
that was worth it.
Nice.
Very well.
Damn.
Ooh, okay, so double damage.
Well, this is okay.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go.
Oh, it's pretty.
What?
Damn.
Shocking Grasp is 2d12 damage.
What? Describe what happens.
So, as I said, Rune puts his hand through the arcane symbols that are now floating in the air, causing arcs arcs of electricity to go between his fingers. As he sort of juts his hand out, a large, almost lightning bolt size electric charge crosses the distance, sort of bouncing along the stone cracks on the floor, slamming into Crick, causing just smoke and carbon damage all over his body before his eyes pop, his tongue sort of lolls out and gouges and explodes, just a hump to the floor, blood oozing everywhere.
It's on me too.
It is in fact on you.
You did
You got
29 damage.
Yeah.
You get a hero point back. that was a cantrip. Hero point. So, wow, yeah, he is the most dead anything's been in this campaign so far. Wow. So you should have one action left?
Rune, yeah, that was only somatic and verbal. He will send a message using the cantrip message, because that's one action, to the director. Where are you two?
Perfect. And let's take that to the director's turn. You hear that?
Okay. Oh man, I hate it when voices are talking to me and I don't know where they're from. No. Oh, we're in the hallway across from you. Is what he'll kind of message in his head and give back. Yeah. So he's going to follow Moth and kind of stay near him, because there's a big open room and I would like to look at it. What sounds am I hearing over here?
Nothing. There's no. Oh, so down south, yeah, you hear the bear. Just a couple of grunts. It's calmed down. You don't hear as many voices. It's starting to get suspiciously quiet.
All right. Yeah,
That's
I'm going to
fun,
move.
honey.
I'm gonna move further in this room and inspect things. Just a perception check. Okay.
Yeah. So you see there are also two other doors here.
Yeah.
If you wanted to see what's on the other side, you can make a perception check.
All right.
Go
Yeah.
up this place now.
I'd like to go up to this door, the one at the angle, and listen to it and see if I hear anything.
Okay. Yep. You hear nothing.
All right.
Just
I
kinda
will-
sad. But you can also make a check if you wanted to.
I will just
some
roll
other
percentage.
secrets. And Moth, what else would you like to do? The other
Uh,
adjacent initiative here.
I'll come up and go into this room stealthily.
Yeah, so you guys actually notice as you're looking around, the rafters up top, there's pieces of furniture intact, broken in some places, festooned along the supporting beams. It almost looks like a jungle gym or something that had been nesting up top there. Sort of, yeah, like there's like a level of comfort. Whatever's trying to live above the ground while being stuck in this cage, it's kind of disturbing. But intricately knotted curtains too, so whatever happened, it was sophisticated. This isn't just entropy, this is like design. Other than that, this place is just a bunch of furniture.
Can I make a knowledge or a nature roll to see if I know what would be making something like that?
Yeah.
All right.
And Moth, any checks for you?
I mean, I'm gonna head
I
into
don't
that room and
Crap.
check out that chest there.
All right, so you head in.
I like that chest.
You have like 2 HP.
The director, do you go in there as well?
I'm super nervous about Moth is just like, he would follow him, but he's gonna stealth in.
the things I can do with 2 HP.
Make a stealth check, and Modica, we're back to you.
Okay, I am going to.
Yeah, it's getting tense for you. You maybe it's been a long time since you've been in this kind of situation, but somebody's dying in a few seconds.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be you, so
I'm gonna take my sword, which is still in this guy, and I'm gonna shove it in a little more.
Shake it.
twist it.
Pull it.
No,
Whip
it didn't work.
Whew.
I'm gonna try again.
Sauce it.
Much better.
Very well. Okay. Let me.
Does it hit?
What would that be? A 6? No, 20?
It hits.
Yeah.
6 damage.
Yeah. And then I want to punch him in the face.
Yep. So you stop as soon as you feel the sword. It won't go any further. You've hit stone. As you kind of meet the hewn wall at the other side. His breastplate obviously is a little bit more for show because it couldn't deflect any of that. Yeah, that punch in the face is going to be.
That punch in the face is a nat 20, but it's -4.
Nope, that's still a critical success. Nat 20 still work. Yeah, that kills him. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, you can
I've
take it from
avenged
there.
my goblin guide. I will take his eye out, and I will look down at my poor decapitated goblin friend, and I will say, "This is for you."
This is for you, Gibbles.
Gibbles. Growl's nickname.
Yeah, his name's Groul.
And then I take the freaking bow and poison arrows because I want them.
Brilliant.
Fine.
Okay, combat is wrapped up. Is there anything you guys would do immediately following?
Ow. My belly hurts.
The director, make a perception check for me.
Rune will go check on Modica.
Yep. Dude.
I should get patched up before we go back so that my babies don't try to hurt me.
The fact that is a concern is a bit disturbing, but I completely agree.
You saw something.
What do I
You
see?
know, in the corner of your eye, a blur. It's dark in there. You didn't bring the lights in. Something ran across from the door you didn't take to another door, the other one that you didn't take, south towards the main entrance.
Can I see anything?
Something darts, small, maybe a boggard.
Can I move after it?
Yes, you can.
All right. Shit, I saw something. I'm going to move in that direction.
As soon as you head into the foyer, do you move your dancing lights in?
I haven't cast them yet. I will. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, I'll have them activated and move one in.
Moth, you find a mysterious potion in that chest among clutter. The director, as soon as you come in there, that south door shuts. Whatever it was in, you're too late. It's already left the room.
Damn it. Okay.
Yay. It's not the first time we've let out something evil.
That's great to know. That's great to know.
Moth, you can make a check to identify what that item is. I'm gonna cut to Rune real quick. Why don't you console your murderer friend?
Murderer friend?
Yeah, I'm a murderer, apparently.
Yeah, for acting in self-defense.
So yeah, Rune will do his best to at least help Modica up. Can you continue on?
I suppose I have to. Did you
Not necessarily.
succeed in...
We can leave.
Well, did you get the bear out?
Yeah, I felt the earthquake run down the hallway. It's rampaging now somewhere in the complex,
All right.
which makes this a bit more complicated than we had planned.
Well, let's close the door to the south then, and then maybe go up to where it was real quick and see if there's anything worth getting there.
Rune will just wave his staff in that direction to close the door.
Okay. So what kind of bow did that guy have so that I can put it in my inventory?
It's +1 longbow.
Oh man, I don't think I can use it.
Too big for you.
Yeah,
it's bow shortener.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm still taking it.
Just cut it in half.
It's always worth.
It's about the same, right?
Just taking it.
Rune will pull the other quiver of arrows that I believe was next to the one he exploded.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll pull those over with Mage Hand as well and just hand them to Modica.
Okay.
30 rounds. Let me find the actual treasure. Over the party sheet. Moth, you find a potion. You've identified it. You're either it's either used for invisibility or it's poison. It's one or the other. For sure one or the other.
Cool.
But poison.
I will go over to the director and open up the potion. And
What'd you get there?
I think it's an invisibility potion. It'll help you move past the next area. Take it.
What?
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah,
As
you
an
can.
action. It is actually
You
an
can make
action.
Yeah.
There's a sense motive. I'm sorry. Sense motive is a basic action.
I suck.
See if a creature is lying. Concentrate. Secret.
Yeah, it's a 50% lie. It's exactly 50% a lie.
I'll drink it if you drink it.
No.
No, I'm not gonna drink it then. We gotta get real friends. Come on.
Then I'll keep it.
Okay, keep it.
And I put it in my chest.
All right, you guys go back to your friends?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hook up back with my friends.
Excellent.
Making my way downtown.
So you meet in the aftermath. It seems like everything's gone quiet.
Hey guys.
Once the other two arrive, Rune will close the other two doors to the main hallway to sort of secure us in this little corner.
How you doing, Modica? You look great. You look fantastic.
Do I look heroic?
You do. You look very oh god, Groul. Oh. I was gonna look over a dead Groul. Oh.
Yeah.
Rest in pieces. Oh.
I'm going to bring the eye of this creature back to his chieftain, back to his clan.
Don't let your dog smell it.
Well, I have to worry more about my own injury, and
that's true.
That
I'm just not gonna. A Chihuahua probably wouldn't eat you. Just gotta throw that out there.
I didn't find Chihuahua pups. I found Warg pups, and I love them. And if you try to hurt them, I will murder you in your sleep.
I'm not trying to hurt them. I think they're gonna try and hurt you.
Rune,
But that's another story. We'll deal with that, tomorrow, whatever. So, there's another room over there, and it's I think there was people there and the bear happened and they ran. I did see somebody leave though, like a cloaked shadowy figure, and I don't know. That bear though.
It's quite something.
So
Rune
releasing
will
was
just sort
probably
of
a good
grab
thing.
tightly onto his staff and grab at at the bridge of his nose, sort of finding a wall to lean up against.
Are you all right?
You okay there, bud?
Just a bit of a headache.
Do you need to sit down?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Let's take a sit. Let's regroup.
What's wrong with you?
Just a headache.
Do you usually get headaches after using a lot of magic?
It can happen, yes.
Okay. Well,
How
Maybe-
how long do you think you need, kid?
Just give me a few moments.
I mean,
With your
and
planning.
I will relay what I saw of the lightning show to the director,
Okay.
so that you can
I'm putting that in.
Yeah, you can put that in your.
I'm gonna need pyrotechnics. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Well, it sounds like
Now,
you.
Moth, I can't tell if you're injured or not.
Oh, he's about to die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rune pull out the vial that Moth had given him previous day,
Yep.
and be sitting or leaning against the wall looking at it.
Wait. What do you have there? He's gonna motion to Rune.
It is a gift Moth gave me.
What? Moth. What? Stop trying to give people things. Stop it. Stop trying to give them poisons.
Can I look at it and use oddity identification to see if I
Yes.
can identify it? Okay.
Yes.
So that gives me a +2 to my cultism.
And I'm going to ask Moth. Moth, what did you give him? Spit it out. What'd you give him?
That's find out.
That's a 14 total.
Oh, so close. You know.
No! Can I use a hero point?
Yeah.
Hey Ian, did you say this was an oddity, an occult oddity?
Much better.
Because I have assurance in occult.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a lot of
definitely use
occultism
that.
too.
That would give me a base 18.
I like
They know it. Yeah, they're
a base 18.
Yeah, and I just rolled a 19.
Because assurance gives you a 10 plus your mod.
Okay, yeah, roll that.
It's not a roll.
Yeah,
It's just
not a roll. Just 18.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, assurance. Yes. So, Modica, Rune, you both know this is abyssal magic.
Is the vial still have liquid in it?
Barely, just drops
Barely?
left.
All right.
Yep.
I throw it away from Rune.
Rune will catch it with Mage Hand.
It's going to kill you.
No, it won't kill me.
Nothing good comes from things from the abyssal plane.
gonna look at Moth.
What?
Moth's like, what?
I need to understand where it came from.
At what expense? Look at what is happening to you.
Merely a headache.
Yeah, and what about the nosebleed, the purple nosebleed this morning?
An interesting side effect I was unaware of.
Corvus will return, by the way.
Who?
The nosebleed?
No, Corvus.
Oh, Corvus. Oh, good. Yeah.
Like, he's no longer frightened.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
should
that's
be,
fair.
Because he witnessed a fucking massacre. A lot of dead bodies in that hallway. I mean, a lot.
My plan worked perfectly.
Weird, continuing the pattern of these like bizarre animals that you don't see a lot in this part of Galarian. Even the bear has bled out. It seems there's no sign of life in that hallway, except there wasn't for quite a while. And then, little friend that you might recognize happened to dart across from one hallway to the next.
That jerk.
Hops right out, down from the of the 6 hallways, it's the one northeasternmost where he came out of, and he went into the southwesternmost hallway. Just kind of hopping over all the dead bodies.
Wait, who is that? What was it? Who is it?
A small humanoid man with brown hair.
It's our guy. Okay.
Yes.
The one that got
I knew
away.
I saw something. I knew it. It's just too shadowy. Couldn't follow it.
I'll go up and check the chest up north. In the bloody room. Oh, yeah.
All right, so now that Moth is not in the room, what are we going to do about it? say we have like an abyssal like horror as a party member here, but I'm gonna say it. This is very
I mean,
HPL a little bit.
Can we kill him?
The liquid didn't belong or necessarily come from Moth. I'm not sure how he came about it just yet, but
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what did he tell you about it? Where did he say he got it from?
he, in typical Moth fashion, refused to tell me anything,
Oh my god.
leaving me to figure it out for myself. I have some
Did he try
theories
to?
now, however.
Did he try to give you something, Director?
Yeah, he tried
messaged
to.
you.
Huh?
Mitchell, I messaged you what you find as you loot in there.
Yeah, he just tried to give me something that I think he picked up in the last room and was trying to get me to take it. I think it was, more or less a joke, more so curiosity. I don't think it was abyssal horror though. Abyssal horror concentrate.
Yeah.
So how about let's just set a ground rule. Nobody take or drink anything that Moth gives. Let's just put that out there. Don't put it in your mouth.
Well, then the rule should be preceded by don't let Moth find anything first.
Where is he? God damn it!
Where is he anyway?
That's my point.
Yeah, exactly.
Moth
Camera
might
goes
even
back.
return by now, honestly.
Yeah. I have a staff, and I look better.
You're like creepy baby Yoda. Oh, jeez.
Did Moth take more damage?
Apparently.
No. He's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I look better now. What's the charges on this?
Oh my god. This asshole again.
what's it start with?
No, it's fine.
How many charges do they start with?
I'll figure it out later.
Staffs?
For the
Oh,
meantime.
it's I think what it does is you can expend a number of charges to cast a spell from its list, but it doesn't say how many. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
You're
we'll
fully
figure it out
healed.
later. Yeah.
I'll give you the math later.
Yeah, I look
wounds,
great. I look fucking
0. But he looks awful because that's his version of great, and we
Yeah.
all have our own
Magic on
definitions.
the staff?
Yeah,
A staff or a wand?
it is a
Staff.
full staff. Order the nail style. It's got that wicked nail symbol of Asmodeus, which kind of sucks. You might be able to scratch that sucker off.
that's
and
cool.
It's like made of lead.
Arcana
least it
or
looks-
oddity?
Let's do
Or
Arcana.
religion? Arcana?
Arcana. You could do religion if you'd like. What's the plan, guys?
I want to know what he got.
It's,
Yeah, 24 on the identify.
Yeah, it's a staff of healing.
Yeah.
So maybe we allow him to use that.
It depends. Will he use it on anyone other than himself?
Probably.
On any body. Person.
In our party.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Corvus, how are you doing? Oh wait, Corvus can't talk.
Corvus is talking, but it sounds like a raven, sort of cawing.
Okay.
I think we have a hunt. And I'll start heading south.
Wait, no. So there was another door up at the top. I know our friend went down. Do we want to go after him? There's a bear down there. Just FYI, there's a bear down there.
I will
Rune
look
will know
at
the bear's
Corvus. Yeah.
Oh, the bear's dead.
There's
Yeah.
dead.
All right, P. Thoughts and prayers, bear.
Thoughts and prayers.
I was rooting for you, bear.
Yeah.
Well, the bear
Corvus-
died doing what we wanted it to do.
Yeah.
Doing what he loved, honestly.
So Rune will look at Modica. Corvus is a bit flustered at the moment. The Boggard scared him a bit, and the scene in the hallway down the way did not necessarily make him feel any better.
I will reach out and try to pet Corvus's feathers. Just be like, I'm sorry.
Corvus doesn't move. He accepts the pets.
Because he's
Yeah.
been my buddy.
Aw. Guys.
Where to now?
Shall we go look through the see if we can find that dude.
Yeah.
Does Rune still feel the headache?
Nope. It's gone
Alright.
away.
Hey, Moth.
Yeah.
Would you see fit to maybe use that staff on me?
I'll
Heal
have
me a little bit?
to figure out how many charges it has left.
Okay. So then I am not going first.
I will go. I will do the hunt.
I've done the whole meat shield thing now.
All right. So marching order.
Stealthily going after a halfling. Human hunting.
Yeah. So marching order. Moth first. Okay.
Go before you, Modica.
All right. Which doorway? Which hallway do you go down?
Southwest.
Directly following Calmont.
Yep.
Yeah. So you'll see, it's just a pile of bodies. Maybe 10, 15 cultists. Like monkeys. Some look like boggards. They're just smack dab in the middle of it. And then a couple of these like weird, extravagant, exotic-looking birds. Every single creature down here that seems to have come up from above doesn't belong here. So that's kind of weird.
I will
This
make
for
a
Blue's
note.
Clues. Pop, blue paw, right there.
I will make a note that I need to bring my pups down here.
Oh yes.
All right,
Big
so
growing
all these
boys.
and those
All right.
bird. Do I think that those birds were what was nesting in the ceiling in the other room?
No.
Ooh,
You can make a check if you want to.
I'd like to make a
think about
check.
that. Pick your brain. Talk to
Nature.
Rune about it on the way over. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Um,
I saw this thing up in the other room. I don't know crap. I don't know crap.
It
This
looked
thing
like macrame.
it did. It looked a lot like macrame.
Did
Oh,
it do anything?
Oh no, it just looked like stuff along the rafters. It looked like maybe something was nesting up there. I was thinking giant hamsters, not sure.
Yeah, there's no more charges on the staff.
Oh no.
Did you just use it on yourself?
Yeah.
You asshole. I'm just kidding. I'm not.
All right. If you open that
Does that
door,
mean it's done forever?
No. At the beginning of the day, it gets more. But it
Okay.
only will get one a day.
Oh,
Because it has as charges equal to the highest spell you can cast, which for us is 1.
gotcha.
Eh.
So, come upon a door. If you open it, it's a crypt. It's like
Ooh.
5 tombs. There's a hallway, another door over there somewhere if you wanted to look in or make a check of any sorts. Just giant
Check for traps.
tombs, 4
Check,
monuments
check for
looming
craps.
Yeah.
in the dark.
I'm gonna look at the
Somber
names on
room.
this. Can I
Yeah,
name?
you'll see prominent carvings of black-winged angels and depictions of great battles. Stylized pentagrams galore. Obviously, this is Asmodeus appreciation art. Burnished plaques along the floor next to each sepulcher. It says Sepulcher of the Nail, and you have the names. You don't recognize any of them. Zara Dalphine, Renton Vicelli, Para Vicar Yanesta, and Lorene Sinel.
All right. The director would write this down. I don't know if you want to copy and paste, but the director is going to write down these names. I don't know what they are.
Can we open them?
Do any of the names sound like anyone that Alak would have mentioned?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Can
What
we
talked
open
about
them?
is family.
Can I make a lore check to know if I know any of these names?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you trying to open one?
Yeah.
Crap.
Which one?
Crap.
The top
Of
one?
course
No, you
he
don't.
is.
Top one?
Oh,
Yeah.
Moth, leave it! I swear to God.
A body. Dead body. This was Lorene Sinel's. She's wearing jewelry.
Moth, leave it.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, and she wants to be dead. Leave her alone.
And I'll like scramble on top and place my little hands on the skull like face and pat it.
God.
Yikes. Okay.
Moth, please stop.
Anybody else looking further into this area? Because there is an open hallway
And then I'm robbing her.
over there.
No!
Okay, yeah.
Of course you are.
Yeah, you find a pair of rings, a matching set, one of iron, one of gold,
Ooh.
both adorn the same gem on it. They're magical.
Oh, I identify?
Go ahead.
Boo-doo, boo-doo.
And try. Rune, the director.
Oh,
Do you hit? And yep, no idea.
yeah. I'll put them on.
Moth, you really should. Oh my god.
I am inevitable.
Moth, those don't belong to you. You should really put them back.
Ah, shit! You hear call out in the other room. You've got about a 10-foot wide archway, beautifully decorated, which leads to like a more common catacombs.
Is it the voice of that dude?
Sure is.
I bolt towards them.
See, he scrambles up. You see the shiny reflection. Can you see in here, by the way? If the director probably has lights in
Yeah.
order to read.
I'll
but
cast my lights.
very
And
dim.
I have keen sight, so I'm keeping an eye out for movement.
Okay, yeah. So it's very dim on this corner of the room. He's actually leaning on the wall back there. The first one you can see over to the east. You get up. You can see the reflection, like that shiny reflection of like wet clothes from blood. But he's already gotten up, and he moves at your pace as you're leaving. And as he runs down the hallway, he makes a point to do something deliberate. Something someone had a plan, and you know he's been down here for a while, so it makes sense. But as he runs down, there's two rows of square coffins. These things just radiate law energy because there are no markings on it except for one name. You know these to be tombs. As he runs down, he bangs his elbow as hard as he can onto certain ones, skipping many at a time. And each one, as he's about halfway down this hallway, through this sprint between the sets of graves, you see the lids start to
God
shift.
damn it.
That'll be initiative for everybody. Rune and the director, you can move your character to anywhere in that room because I don't know where you were standing at the time, like anywhere by the sepulcher.
Am I doing a perception initiative? Or stealth initiative? Probably perception.
Perception initiative, yep. Oh, okay. What did we have?
So is his icon's not on the map?
12,
Is it?
13. Calmont's?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't take very long, assuming you didn't chase directly after him as these creatures were popping up.
Well, yeah. Once I heard his voice, I was running after him. But
Oh, you were?
yeah.
Okay. If you followed him the entire time, it'll move you further down this hallway. Assuming you didn't stop at any point as these things were.
No, I kind of focused on this dude.
All right, so
How far did I get?
we're gonna make a check on you. There's the one creature on the very end has an attack of opportunity against you. As you're running, you manage to keep a really good pace with him. One of the skeleton coffins actually bust open against him, so it causes him to like reroute and have to go around and correct his course. You're following at every turn. It's going great, and suddenly, before he can even reach the last coffin, a skeletal fist punches up immediately, and a sword comes out of sheer anger. This guy's clad in full Hell Knight armor, yet he's a skeleton, and he makes an attack of opportunity at you.
Okay.
As you move towards him.
Also, thank you, James Corp, for the sub. 11 months.
Oh,
Woo!
I don't think 13 hits.
Woo.
No, 13 does not hit.
Great. You are adjacent to Calmont, though.
Thank
Keep that in
you.
mind for your.
This is Pathfinder 2.0. Age of Ashes.
The best. It's on Fantasy Grounds.
Fantasy Grounds is what we're on. Yep.
All right, so if that's everybody's initiative, we'll start at the top with the Skeleton Captain as he rises. That, my friends, is a Hell Knight in death.
I like how he does that with his knees. That's very hard to do.
With his free hand, out of frustration, he's going to claw at you.
I'm
Modica,
like,
24 will hit.
Yes.
Dad?
7 damage.
Ow.
Now he's going to trigger a reaction, which because the trigger is that you've been hit by a foe by him with a strike. I need you to make a will save.
You got it.
Suddenly, a dark, twisted sensation sinks into your body. You fail to save. You're going to be stunned for 1 round as you feel nails being driven into your body.
I let out a very gut-wrenching scream.
All right, and it's your turn, Modica.
That can't be good.
So
you're stunned.
Calvert's also next to me, but I'm stunned. No, the stun lasts my entire 3 actions.
Can act.
No, what stunned are you?
Stunned.
1?
It just says stun 1 from the pain. Yep.
Yeah, so you lose 1 action.
Okay.
So you still have 2 actions.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to take my short sword and strike at Calvert. Or
Calmont.
Calmont.
Okay.
Oh!
Ooh.
I'm spending a hero point, damn it.
Good way to use it.
Ouch.
Oh.
That's not better.
Well, at least it's not a critical failure.
I'm gonna die, so bye, guys.
Peace out. Moth, it's your turn.
I'm going to take this potion.
Moth vanishes.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah!
Turns into nothing. Just gone in an instant. You have 2 actions. What do you want to do?
I'm moving up. That's it.
All right, Rune.
I presume Rune sees Modica's currently in a terrible situation.
Yep.
Want to be impersonated anymore.
Just need to check the effect of a spell. Sorry, bear with me.
Cat bear.
And how bad is Modica at right now?
Very bad.
I have
Oh,
4
Jesus.
hit points left, or 6 hit points left. Sorry.
Ugh.
Why do you have to be so far away?
I was very angry.
Really?
Yeah.
Is to move extra distance 1 more action?
Yeah, you just take multiple stride actions.
Okay. That would still leave me... No, that would only leave me 1 action left, wouldn't it?
We're doing...
Because to move once is 1 action.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. And you have 3 per
Yep.
round, basically. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. All right. Again, the looking at Modica, the around in the area, whispers begin to form as a wave extends out. Again, using the reaching meta magic to increase the distance to 60 feet. A forbidding ward appears around Modica, granting her a +1 to her saves and AC versus that specific enemy.
Ooh. Thanks.
That's it.
All right. The director.
I was muted. Okay, so I'm going to move, and each of these squares is 5 feet, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 25 right there, and I believe that that puts me barely in range, but let me count.
What are you trying to do? What are you doing?
Barely, it's barely. And I would move if I couldn't. I'm going to do Inspire Courage. And that is a 60-foot emanation. Last one round, I inspire my allies with words or tunes of encouragement, and my allies gain a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against fear effects.
Yay!
Yeah, so it's just going to be, it's 60 foot. Does that make it, Ian?
Yep.
It looks like it, yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I don't think I have to roll anything. I think it just,
Yeah. It just
think it
happens.
just
Action.
just happens. Yeah.
Inspire Courage is 1 action.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a
So
focus. I'm sorry, it's a
so you-
focus. Focus spell for me. So it's 1 focus action.
So you have an action left.
I do have an action left, and that is going to be to try and hit this guy with my sling with medium undead number 3.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
You might want to hit one at range.
Oh, that's not. He's not at range.
Nope.
No, I guess.
Well,
close.
he's close up.
they-
These ones are still coming out, by the way.
Yeah. Do
Okay.
they have attacks of opportunity?
No,
Well,
because
then
they're
I'm just
they're
gonna
still in
daze
their
you.
crates,
Okay.
coffins.
Coffins. I'm just gonna. Never mind. I'm gonna for that close one. I'm going to try and telekinetic project one of the coffin lids on him.
Oh, that's pretty smart. Give it a go.
Okay. He's not in the combat tracker.
Oh yeah, you cannot see them. Let me fix that.
Cool.
Yay.
You can also
Yay.
use anything. You can also use the map. The tokens on the map.
Oh, they work
we're
as well.
targeting
Oh.
the same way. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. Just
All right.
it shuts.
No. That's the amount of damage it takes. Whew, and that's my turn.
Get it.
Excellent. Well, this first one's gonna hop out for an action. Move up to you for an action. Moth.
It can see me.
Just kidding, you're invisible. I forgot. Hop. 5, 10. Gosh, these things move.
Well, fuck someone else.
No, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. They're actually going to the one that they know of, through the people that were running. Hops out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
don't like this. Can I do a
Yeah.
do-over?
You ran into a zombie hallway.
I did.
Yeah, you're starting to feel time slow down for you a little bit. This is getting rough. This one's gonna pop its lid back open. It's upset. 5, 10, 15. All right.
Holy hell, man. Oh, God.
All right.
Beep.
Yep, this undead is gonna pick you up, take its claw. 15 to hit.
No. I like kick my legs up so that it misses.
All right. Well, he's gonna throw you across the room. Which I don't know how to stat as damage, so I'm gonna stat that as a regular attack roll, but also.
I was gonna say, can I like try for acrobatics so I don't fall?
Yes, or escape artist.
Great. I'll do acrobatics. It's a 14.
I don't know where to get an attack roll out of him normally. Just consider this an attack roll. He still beats you.
Well, yeah.
Taking a point of bludgeoning damage. That's his
Ow.
second action. His third action is he hops out. Calmont heads for the door.
Bye.
It's on the other side of the door in the hallway. Modica,
Dick.
it's your
Yeah.
turn. You're not stunned anymore.
Great. I am going to move back one. I guess I'll go there.
So you've got 3 actions.
So if I move here, I initiate an attack of opportunity, right?
You can. So a stride action is 5 feet that won't provoke. You can do as many as you want. So you can make 1 stride, 2 stride, 3 stride if you'd like.
Okay, so where did I start off? I started off here.
Yeah. So 5-foot step as an action, which is a stride, which is smart that you were avoiding that halberd because I would have killed you.
Yeah.
You can make another stride,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear.
and then you can make a 3rd stride. In
Yeah.
that door that he went through. All right. You can't shut the door yet, though.
That's fine, but that way, if anybody attacks me, it's only 1.
Yep. And Moth.
Making my way 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You're going to provoke.
Can it see
He's
me?
invisible.
You're invisible. You're not provoking anything.
That's it for me.
You're standing, you're like breathing down Calmont's neck right now.
Hey,
I'll
buddy.
get to describing this room in a minute. Beautiful. And Rune? You just
Rune
see a
watches
swarm of
as
skeletons. You don't
half of his party disappears.
Yeah, for real. Like, we're back here like, great job, guys. Keep going. You've got this. Let's go. Rune, you and me, let's go.
Oh, man.
And
I wouldn't blame you.
shit. All right. Do we see the one that's popping up next to us?
So that critical success on the spell resealed the tomb. It can't bust it back out.
Ha ha!
So the one next to us is not getting out.
Yeah, no, it's stuck.
All right.
Use telekinetic projectile to just force that thing to shut back again.
I got us for this.
Jesus.
Non-magic users, man. They always just go right on ahead. We got the smarts. Let's get the hell out of here. I know we can't. Like, I'm saying it, but you're thinking it.
Yes, I
Message
am.
spell?
Huh?
It's always the message spell.
I need to secure a option. So out of the 5 that are in front of us, the one at the far end looks the biggest and baddest.
Yeah, it's in full Hell Knight. It looked like it could even have been a lictor at one point.
Ooh.
He lifts.
A lifter.
He lifts. Goes to the gym twice a day.
Drinks his milk.
He drinks his macro shakes.
I
Moth,
don't
did you
like.
get a chance to shut that door? Do you have enough actions?
No.
All right.
Well, you could have, but you just went past me.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be in front. Sounds bad.
Moth is a
There's
dick.
nothing about the situation that I'm really hip to. Okay. The again with the slightly different. There's that low thrumming that the director feels across the skin.
Giving me the tingles.
Yep.
As one of the lids begins to lift up and flings itself at the
Ooh.
captain, using again the reaching effect to get 60 feet on telekinetic throw or a telekinetic projectile. Reaching meta magic.
Brilliant. So just crashes into the back of his head. He turns. It's weird. He's weirdly lifelike.
Hit him. A natural 20.
Yep. So he turns.
A decent amount of damage.
Jesus.
Get him.
Do you have any other actions left?
Yes. A message will go to
I don't
Modica.
think so, actually, because reach spell is an action. And
Oh,
then...
is you're right. You're right. My apologies. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay. Word. That's fine. So the director.
Yes.
You see someone plagiarize your signature move there.
Oh,
It's
snap.
okay.
It's a solid move.
Get him, Bo.
It's like in every, if you learn magic, it's like 101 telekinetic projection.
Throw a rock
lid.
at it.
Yeah, throw a rock at it.
All right. So skeletons are slowly turning, all of them, towards you.
All right, I'm going to target up and size up the captain as well, and I'm gonna yell. No, I'm not gonna yell. Magic Mythal. I'm gonna magic Mythal him.
With the lisp.
I'm Mythaling it.
Mythalin it.
Mythaling it. So it automatically strikes for 1d4 plus 1. And I'm going to use all of my actions at this point, so that's 3 of them. I can do essentially 1 on each action, so I'm using all 3 actions to do that. So I don't think I have to roll anything for that.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so I don't actually have this spell queued up in my level 1 yet because I didn't put that in there. So I can just roll d4 and you add 1 to each. I'm not sure how we want to do modifiers. Just 1d4 plus 1 times 3.
Yeah. Wait, so you're trying to do 1d4 plus 1, 3 of those?
Yes.
So just
Three separate ones or just 3 on 1?
3 separate missiles on the captain, just on the captain. Yeah, I'm aiming. I can only do it on 1, I think. So.
Yeah,
So
so
that,
3,
yeah.
4 plus.
Yeah,
3.
that, and then add plus 1 to each of those. Yeah.
Yep. So 3.
So it's
wait,
10.
why did it not add? So yeah, 10.
Okay.
10 damage.
Yay.
Magic Mythal.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Ooh.
He's looking hurt.
Pauldron snaps off. An arm displaced.
You didn't need that anyway.
He's in disarray. He's quite upset.
You drank my Mountain Dew.
But you didn't hear it from me. Behind you, the voice of the tall, handsome Verzian man. He looks quite upset. Alex Dagram with his halberd.
Oh no.
I can take it from here, guys.
Okay. Just let you know, our friends are on the opposite side, and want to make sure they're not gonna get killed.
Wait. And as the skeletons start to creep forward, he's like, There, that way, and he points down. If you see the part of the map where you guys can't look, there. It's a storage room. Take it. It leads to that room.
Okay. Sounds great.
It's a bit of a detour. Just figure out a way to get him out of there.
I can figure out a way.
And he's gonna step forward. Okay, so the director, that's you. These undead are going to move. 10, 15, 20, 25. Shamble, actually not before.
Yay, we're saved.
Well, no, Rune, you're taking 2 attacks from these undead as they charge forward. That's a miss. The other one attacks you.
Which
And it's a
square
miss.
is the
Oh, wait, no,
director?
that targeted the wrong person. 8 is still a miss regardless. Good job, you're getting out of it. Captain moves up.
Captain, oh my captain.
And then I think Modica at initiative 19. It's your go.
Okay, I am going to turn around and look for Calmont. I said his name right.
Calmont.
Ah, shit, there's got to be something we can bar the door with, he says.
How about your body?
He's looking around. He doesn't even humor it, and he's trying to find something he can use to reinforce the space. So you guys don't get charged by a bunch of skeletons.
I close the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I use my intimidating glare on Calmont.
Go ahead, roll it.
I don't have to roll. It just says you can do more like... Oh, wait. No, I have to do an intimidation roll. Yeah, that's right. Okay. 17.
Okay.
Do you know what it's like to have most of a village turn on you and say that you started a massive catastrophe?
You reckon it's going to be me in a minute?
Do you have anything to say for yourself? Any reason that I shouldn't kill you?
I don't trust you to understand me.
Trust is not a luxury you have.
Well, we're all dead if we don't get the door barred. So he's actually just going to walk over.
I'll move out of the way so that he can bar the door.
This stuff won't do. It's all rubbish. He's going to look. It's just like toppled pieces of like bookshelves and stuff, but it's super flimsy and warped from some sort of water damage.
Do I notice this door here? What looks like a door?
Yeah, you spot it. But at the same time, you also hear Calmont say, "No way. No, 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 no."
I'm going to look at him and see what he's
So
saying.
he's standing at the other doorway over there, and it's wide open, and you feel a bit of a draft actually coming in, and he looks down. He's holding notes, pieces of paper, and his face, he is more in shock than he's been for any of this.
Let me guess, you found that stupid thing you're looking for.
We're going to break combat,
Yeah.
and Rune and the Director, what would you like to do to evade this situation?
I was going to listen to the knight and go where he instructed to go.
Okay.
Looking at Rune.
Rune will follow as long. Is he going to provoke? However.
No, these things don't provoke.
Okay.
Easily
Yeah, Rune will follow. You can break up your movement between actions. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you can move so far, do an action, then continue the move?
No. You
No.
stride, you can make an attack action, then you can make another stride action, but it's separate.
That's the same. That's just what he asked if he could
No, he said continue the same move from the first action. So you can't stride and go 10 feet, but if you had 5 feet left, you can't continue that after you do the attack. You
Okay.
have to make a full another stride action.
All right. The rune will stop here and throw produce flame at. Actually, no. I'm sorry. He'll have to stop here and throw produce flame at the captain. Hellknight thing.
Yep.
A series of arcane symbols just appears around the tip of his staff as he juts it or points it towards the undead Hell Knight.
Oof.
Eat.
It's brilliantly.
Three points of damage. Fire damage.
Well, he
that's-
dies.
Actually,
so-
that should be that should be 7 points of damage. Sorry.
Yeah, that kills him. Yeah.
Go team.
How do you want to carry that?
So he will fling it. It's just this little mote of fire that lands, scorching the skull of the undead Hell Knight before catching its cloak of flame and burning away at the hands and the sinew that still resides on the bones, causing the arms and the legs to sort of fall away from the rest of the body, leaving nothing but this skull sort of screaming in rage.
By the prince, that was impressive. Alak is going to call out as he grabs the director by the scruff, and throws him back towards you so that way he can swap places and stand in the middle between the rows of
I was gonna throw caltrops
coffins.
down.
So those things start to move up. He's like, no, you need to move now.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, no, that was badass, Rune. I'll make sure to put that in there.
Make sure to put that in there.
Yeah.
I'm Modica.
Yeah.
If you open that door before you check on Calmont,
hmm
you'll see them across as they peek over.
I'll be like,
they're many feet away. It's a long hallway.
I'll yell quick before he gets away.
Yeah, this guy, what does he have in his hand?
He's holding papers,
Yeah.
documents.
I'm going to go through his pockets real quick and steal anything
Of course you are.
value that I can find.
He has nothing of value.
Nothing in his pockets?
Some food. Do you like bread?
No, I
It's more
don't.
like croutons right now. He's got nothing. He's got a dagger on him. You can take the dagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that. I don't want him to have a dagger.
You gonna talk to him?
Oh, I said, let me guess. You found that thing that you were looking for.
He's gonna glare at you.
Oh, I'm right. Yay.
No, no, I found out I've been betrayed. Oh, I'm no closer to finding what I've been
yes.
looking for because I've been a pawn in somebody else's game.
Whose game?
He's gonna throw you the papers. A stack is just like a bunch of handwritten notes in common.
Okay. I don't look at them. I'm still looking at him.
I'll look at him.
They just look to be, I mean, it's a lot to try to read right now, but before you even get into anything substantial within the notes, Rune The director, you finally reach this hallway. You come into the room. Moth is not there. Modica is there. Calmont's there.
And there are a bunch of papers at my feet.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
Calmont
glad.
looks dead inside.
Everybody's doing great, right? Yeah, everybody's doing. Where's Moth?
I thought he was with you.
No.
Moth.
No, we were left with the undead army.
Yeah, with the undead army. We were left with the undead army. By the way, no problem. We killed them all. It was hard. It was great.
You still hear clashing.
We killed them all.
But that's just fodder. You killed the captain.
Listen,
The room is...
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. But I'm still looking at him.
Yep.
Calmont. Good to see you again.
You're damn good, Rune. Give you that.
I know.
So, what are those papers?
Been played. Sent here on my mission, and turns out I've just been a pawn. I've been lied to. Risking my life for her.
Always a woman.
He points
Always
to
a
he
woman.
points to a signature at the end of the document. Voz, V-O-Z. It is a stack of papers.
VOZ.
Do we
Vaz.
recognize the name Voz?
Nope. Lore local, if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
we do that.
I'm not a local.
Who is that?
Oh, son of a bitch.
She runs a bookstore.
She runs a bookstore.
The other bookstore in town.
Yeah, it's the one.
And she played you for a fool.
Well, I used to work for her. I was her assistant.
I recall you mentioning that, although you didn't mention the name. As I recall, it's something in that bookstore that set you on this path.
The amount of sacrifice.
What did you do for her in all of these machinations?
Everything leading up to now, she wanted me to find this place, but she's already found it. She's just been using me as a diversion.
Diversion for what?
Just read it. You know what? Take me in. I'll help you if it means taking her down.
Yeah, I like this
Okay.
plan. I like this plan.
Can I read the notes? Can I like perception and read the notes?
Yeah, it's just a lot of really, elves, because they live so long, they tend to be really tedious in their note-taking. They don't like to tell a story. They just like to report information. So if there's going to be something useful, it's going to take a long time to find it. And you can still hear Alex Stagram fighting skeletons.
That poor guy.
You're doing great. You sound like you're
Beat 'em.
doing great.
All right.
He's
Well,
got
let's. Is there? I want to go into that room and see where see what that opening thing is.
Is it?
Because there was a draft you said that came from there.
Yeah, you look in.
Yeah.
You just see a void.
For what it's worth, as Monica's heading off to anywhere really, Rune will simply tap his staff on the ground. You're not necessarily in the best of health at the moment. Are you sure you want to be poking your nose into something?
No, that's
I appreciate your concern, Rune.
This might lead to the big bad skeleton. No,
I
wait.
was more checking to see if it was leading to the outside.
I can send Corvus to do that.
Calmont's gonna say. There's no bloody need. Look, I know where it leads. Just take my dagger. Can't find his dagger. He's gonna walk over towards Modica, where she's standing. If you guys want to collect over there, if you're looking into this, it's just carved dirt in a tunnel, and it just goes out to black because there's no light.
Yeah. Is there anything in these chests right here?
It's a storage room. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there, but you're gonna have to try to pick the locks. But Rune, do you want to look inside that tunnel?
I mean, sure. I'll take a
Rector,
peek.
you want to maybe put light through it?
Yeah, this is this is where the teeth are on the map, right?
It's where Modica is. Yeah, right there.
No, like
No,
on the goblin
goblin
map.
On
map.
the goblin map. This is where the teeth are.
Yeah, the weird goblin map.
Yeah. So as you put your lights as far as you take them, you can see nothing, just black. And Calmont's gonna say, "You don't have to be afraid of it. I know where it goes."
Where does it go?
He's gonna look at you. He says, "Straight back to Breach Hill." And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh man, back to Breach Hill.
Back to Breach Hill. Okay.
Back to the Breach Hill.
I do want to punch him in the face, but I'll wait. I'll wait.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us for P4T Runs Age of Ashes, our 5th episode. Of course, we will be back next week around the same time. And tomorrow we are continuing with Cult Black Madonna,
Which
campaign.
includes 4 of us.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. You can move Mr. Smith out, and you got the full party here. Hopefully, as well as the return of some other people. In any case, let's go around for closing notes and announcements. Alex?
Hey! I was making sure I wasn't muted. I'm Alex! You can find me here on P4T tomorrow for our cult game, on Sunday for Age of Ashes, and then next Monday is my Star Wars game, and you should totally watch it because I'm always nervous. Really nervous. So
I should spend credits one day.
yeah. Anyway, yes, thank you. Keep watching. Yay.
Yay.
Spence.
Oh, hey. So I'm Spence. I'm here a lot, and you can listen to me on another podcast, or other podcasts. There's Game School on gameschool.tsrpn.com. There's Nostalgia Pilots at nostalgiapilots.com. And you can find a lot more of my Fibermancy over on Facebook at facebook.com/weird, WYRD, Creations NH. And we will have a website soon. Yeah, and then also, if you like what we're doing here at Penny for a Tale, there is a subscribe button right above my head. Smash that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a subscribe button below Alex, the wonderful, handsome Alex. So you smash that one, and you smash the little bell if you want notifications when new videos go up.
Yep. You can pretty much poke Alex on the way down to poking the YouTube subscribe button. So.
And then check us out at pennyforatale.com.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, no, you're above. Sorry, Ian, go ahead.
Oh, you skipped Mr. Smith.
We skipped Mr. Smith.
I was gonna let Mr. Smith go last, but yeah, okay, Mr. Smith, go ahead.
Oh, dang.
He's looking at you.
Oh, well, I am Mr. Smith. Ian, this was another fantastic game. Definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to hear my musings or read about cybersecurity, feel free to go to IamMrSmith.com.
All right, Ian.
Last.
Gild that lily.
We really be gilding a lot of lilies. I have been Ian. I want to thank Smiteworks again for sponsoring our stream. If you don't know about Fantasy Grounds or the upcoming Fantasy Grounds Unity, definitely go to fantasygrounds.com. I also want to thank The Only Sheet for giving us sheets and helping us with character creations. They have been awesome, and I am an Excel sheet nerd, so it's super fun to work with. And also shout out to Michael Gelfi again on YouTube.
Awesome stuff. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night. Remember, check us out on pennyforatale.com, and we will see you next time.
Stay healthy.
Yeah,
Beware the Ides of March.
Beware.
Keep yourself isolated. Don't see anyone. Don't touch anyone. Record everything.
Introvert.